We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stutter and Craig. No, you don't get the 96-ounce Coke Zeros, Blabs.
Yo, my androids, what's up?
And straight from the hood, Phoenix.
It's really enjoyable as an adult male to shit your pants.
And now, broadcasting from our homes around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready?
Welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SideScrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday to ya. Here we are, making our way into Snowmageddon down here in the wonderful Texas, United States of America. Good to see everybody. Glad you're with us. Big show today. Big show. So much to talk about. Hello, Blabs.
Hi. I was in the middle of multitasking. I forgot you're going to pull me in. Anyway, hi, everybody.
Literally every day, like 10 seconds into me talking.
I was really focusing on something because I thought the Rumble was down for a second. I was focusing and making sure everyone was okay over there. But no, we're good. We're Gucci. Hi, everybody.
We sure are. We are Gucci. That's right.
Somebody was like, fix Rumble. I was like, oh, no. But no.
No. All is good.
We're good.
All is good. All is great. Everyone is happy.
All is
I think
well.
we're live everywhere, which is good. We are having a wonderful day here on this wonderful Thursday.
Did you get snow yet?
No snow. It's coming this weekend. Yeah, it's apparently coming on Friday night into Saturday morning, or at least the ice is. So I know that there's a lot of
hide the illegals then, okay?
I know. It's gonna be people freaking out, man. Especially down here in Dallas, people going crazy.
The real deal's actually gonna be there.
What?
The real deal.
Oh, you mean like actual ice?
Ice.
Yeah, like frozen water?
The real ones, yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I can only imagine some like undocumented illegal immigrant watching the news, hearing that ICE is coming this weekend, and they're like, "Oh no!"
Like they just don't understand what's going on. It's like, "Oh no, shit!"
They're freaking out. Mommy,
that one moron.
That's right. Well, could be fun.
Anyway.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Anyways, hey, joining us today on this wonderful Thursday, it's everyone's crazy fox lady friend. Hello, Kirsha.
Yes, queen! Look, you got me saying it now. What have you done, Craigathy?
Yes, queen. I got you saying
yes, queen.
Yeah, that's what you said. Mon yes, queen in the thing on the Twitter.
Oh no! I didn't say that. You can thank Sam for saying that.
That would never come out of Craig's mouth, to be honest.
As a matter of fact, if you were to ever hear me say "Yes, Queen," you might as well just. Well, listen, that is only as an example. If you ever hear me say that, you might as well just take the 6-shooter, put it in my mouth, put 5 rounds in it, and play Russian roulette and see what happens. I'm just saying, because I will never say that. As a matter of fact, several years ago when I was coaching youth soccer, one of the little girls on my team said that. She goes, "Yes, Queen." And I go, "No." I was like, until this like little 8-year-old girl's like,
"We don't do that here.
We ain't. No, I'm sorry, little one. We're not doing yes, Queen on our soccer team." So
that is so tragic.
You gotta do the snappy fingers after it. I can't do that. My nails are too long. I don't know how like super long nail people do it.
Do that thing, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not at all what happened there. So I will never do the wonderful snap, at least not in a parody way. I will never say "Yes, Queen." I will never do any of that nonsense. It makes me want to. Yes. Anyways, someone who I guarantee on the weekends does the snap and has all of the queens surrounding him at all times. Straight from the hood. Everybody wish him a wonderful happy birthday. It's Phoenix. Hello.
Yes, queen, it is my...
All right, I can't.
Why is he so good at that?
He is. I mean,
my next question was going to be, has he ever been a drag queen?
Fuckers, how's everyone doing?
Phoenix, have you ever been a drag queen before?
Oh, you know it, girl. I actually have plenty of pictures I could share too that will haunt your fucking nightmares. Yeah. Because
So
here's the thing.
Those pictures, right?
Oh, here's the thing. I went back in the old San Francisco days. I used to dress as a woman for Halloween, and I didn't think about when I'd go to old Castro. If you know anything about San Francisco, oh boy, not a good place to be straight in Castro. And I would dress all slutty, and boy, did I get my my hiney pinched many a time.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God, not the hiney pinching.
Oh, a lot of hiney pinching. Oh yeah,
that's assault, brother. You can't do that anymore.
Well, I guess it says a lot that I kept going back, doing it again and again.
And
You got addicted to hiney pinching.
sticking out your little hiney and doing this, slapping it a little bit. Right here, boys.
Yeah, put a little target on my patootie right there.
What you don't know is that Phoenix actually does have a target on the small of his back.
I do.
Just
Yes.
some arrows right there. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Come get it, boys.
Come get it.
God damn. What is this show?
I have no idea.
We're glad you're with us today. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you love all sorts of target practice humor, you will find a place here on Side Scrollers. Join the 137,000 just normal men who have found us over on YouTube, the over 35,000 who have found us over on Rumble. What a glorious occasion it is that you're here. If you're new, we'd love for you to say hi in the chat and get to know us so we can get to know you. Lots to talk about today. We have this afternoon over on Side Scrollers Plus. We have a wonderful video. Yeah, you ever wondered what it's like to make awesome, amazing content of the musical variety on the internet.com? Well, if you've ever wondered what a setup should look like, Lady Desiree will guide you through her entire setup this afternoon over at sidescrollersplus.com. You can join her over there. You can support her by using the link, just like you can support Kirsha by using her direct link down to the
I
description.
have a link.
Yes, you can use it. It's there. And here's the best thing about it. If you want to try Side Scrollers Plus, you want to support Des, you want to support Kirsha, you can try it for free right now by using promo code MOUNT, M-O-U-T, M-O-U-N-T, M-O-U-N-T.
You got it.
Yeah, it's all good.
MOUNT.
That's right. Thanks,
Basically,
Blabs.
what was happening with Phoenix and San Francisco as a woman.
That is correct. Absolutely.
But Blab sounds so incredibly disgusted. by
I'm so
this.
disappointed in Phoenix right now.
Well, instead of Mount Your Friends, which is what that Mount code is from, it was really
Yes.
Mount Random Strangers, because that's what my days at Castro was like. It's fun.
Well, I mean, you were just experiencing gay culture.
Absolutely. Hey, you got to try it, right? You got to try it once or 10 times in my case.
It's over and over and over again.
Just over and over.
Use promo code MOUNT, and you can watch the Mount Your Friends extravaganza from last week, available on Side Scrollers Plus. Great way to support Kirsha. You can also watch Leaflet and Pickle and VTuber Blabs all mount each other in the best possible way and see who the true Mount Master is. Guess what? Spoiler, it's Blabs, but it's a great time
Hell
nonetheless.
yeah, king of the dicks.
Dominated. Yeah. That was her high school yearbook quote, right? King of the
I don't
Dicks.
have any high school yearbook quotes for the fifth time.
But if you did,
8 minutes.
Blabs.
8 minutes and 19 seconds.
What are we doing?
I'm
Dicks.
king of the dicks.
I'm just good at taking them, not using them to climb.
Oh, is that right? Is that right, Kirsha? Just used to taking them. That's right. I'll make sure to put that in the intro there, Blabs. King of the Dicks.
Shit.
So anyways, later today, Dez's gear setup is going live. You can watch Mount Your Friends as well. Use promo code MOUNT when clicking one of the links down in the description to support Kirsha or Dez over at Side Scrollers Plus. Get them their monies, which is awesome. All right. So today we got a lot to talk about. We are getting in. We have a wonderful story of Star Wars revenge porn, which I know, Blabs is very excited to talk about this. Yep, we have some arrests made in that church storming from over the weekend, and we're gonna try something different today. I back in the day on the old Screw Attack days, long time ago, I used to do top 10s all the time, and I was kind of known as the top 10 guy on the internet, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, right? And I thought it would be fun to kind of do something fun today and do a top 5 today. So we'll do that a little bit later. It's going to be top 5 reasons why Amelia has backfired. And we're going to do that, and we'll talk about it. It should be fun. The new He-Man trailer is out. And I'll tell you what, it is being treated like Phoenix in San Francisco. It is it's getting blasted right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The only thing I think of when I hear He-Man is that the "What's Going On" song meme. That's a great meme.
Classic. That's classic internet right there. Blabs, are you familiar with the He-Man? What's going on?
Like the song?
Yeah.
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 Have you seen that He-Man meme? The He-Man meme from like the early 2000s?
No.
Oh my gosh.
How have you not seen that? That was like.
I'm
you couldn't
sorry.
escape
How
it.
many Marvel movies have you seen?
The fucking. I don't know. Is
burn.
Avengers Marvel?
Sick burn.
Hold
Dick
on.
Queen.
Thank you guys. It really points out how cultured you are if you watch Marvel movies. Okay.
I would actually say that the He-Man song meme that we're referencing here has had way more of a cultural impact than any of the Marvel movies.
He's correct. He's 100% correct.
That's right. It has shaped an entire generation of people outside of the generic slop that's been thrown out by Marvel.
That He-Man movie will outlive the Marvel DC universe.
Accurate. I wish we could play it. We can't play it on YouTube. We'll get struck for copyright and DMCA. Speaking
I
of
hate DMCA,
I
fucking
know.
holy shit.
Speaking of, if we have time today, I got hit by a DMCA claim, which I look
Ooh.
forward to sharing that story with you guys in a little bit because it is. So
I look
fucking
forward to that
good.
too. That's what I thought you were segueing into earlier with your like, I used to be the top 10 guy. I was like,
No,
is
no.
it going to be the DMCA or about tits? Which one?
Well, on this show, you never know which one it's going to be: copyright infringement or tits. It's it's two very common themes on our show, and we also have Bill Maher coming out, and it's a segment I want to do about COVID and how we are about 5.5 years past the whole insanity, right? And there are people who are just kind of waking up to the fact that they were just totally fucking lied to. And Bill Maher he did a segment about this the other day, and there's a lot of people online who are talking about this. And I want to get into that as well, where you just got to admit that you were wrong. And so we'll get to that if we have an opportunity. Listen,
This is why it's like, I think everybody should be allowed to say whatever the fuck they want, right? Like, even if you personally are reviled by it, even if it could be something that's like, well, how the fuck could you think that, you retard? It's literally been documented, you know? Like, I think everybody should be able to say whatever the fuck they want. And it gets weird when governments start criminalizing certain things, like, you know, in European countries, like Holocaust denial is entirely like, you can't question anything. And I always thought Holocaust denial was just like, oh, it didn't happen. But apparently in European countries, it's even like if you question like the numbers or if you question like exact years where things happened, and it's like, that seems weird.
Yeah.
That seems weird. Like, people should be able to question things. And I think you're kind of retarded if you think it didn't happen at all. But regardless, you should be able to say these things without fear of repercussion from your government.
Well, listen, the idea of I think COVID is a great example, and we can get into this a little later, why the First Amendment is so important, right? We have Adam Krigler, one of the alumni of the show, right? Adam he had like, 9, 10, 11 strikes on his channel, and everything that he said was accurate, has been proven accurate. But he had his literal livelihood destroyed because he said these things during the wrong think time. And like, that's fucked up. So
It is. It really is. Like, think of how many people got kneecapped for like saying things during COVID that just were true.
100%. So we'll get to that in a little bit. We have a lot to get to today. And once again, we are very excited to have our crazy Foxu friend with us today, which is great. So if you wouldn't mind, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button wherever you guys are tuning in. We are glad you're with us today, but we are going to be doing Today in Gaming History a little bit later in the show, as that's a small change we've made to the format. So let's get into it, friends. It is time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News.
Hard News.
When I promise Star Wars revenge porn, I deliver with
Thank
Star
you.
Wars revenge porn. Blabs, you have been extremely excited to talk about this. As a matter of fact, you've been saying, hey, if there's one thing I love more than anything, I heard you say this, it's Star Wars revenge porn.
I don't think I quite
That
said that.
that
like,
dominated
ever.
our entire meeting yesterday. We had one, and she just kept going on. Yeah, that's great, but when do we get to the Star Wars revenge porn? It was very awkward.
My homies, come on, it's a story.
It was weird. It was very weird.
Weird.
With that said, I am having a hard time pulling up all these tweets right now
Yeah,
for
you
some
are.
reason.
Yeah, is Twitter not loading for you either?
Okay, is this a Twitter issue?
You just see the X logo. That's it, right?
I do. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, me too. I can't
What
believe
the
that.
heck? Elon Musk, how could you do this to us?
You ruined our show.
This is the
Black,
second
you're gonna
time
be
in a
all
week.
right.
Yeah.
We're gonna be all right if we don't do it.
I'm
I
not
can
gonna
talk
be
about it
alright.
off the top of my head.
Well,
My
then,
Twitter's working.
okay. Well, hold on. You can talk about it though, Blabs. Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Give us the quick rundown, and as X kind of recovers, we'll bring up the stories.
Right.
So-
So maybe you guys don't know the actor, but you all know who he's played. So Ray Parks is the actor who portrayed Darth Maul in Episode 1 of Star Wars in 1999. Right? He wasn't the voice, but he was the actor for him. Precisely.
Wow.
He's a badass, total
Thank you.
badass. And the thing is, though, everyone who's ever met him says how kind and funny and polite he is. However, he has not like portrayed Darth Maul since the 2018 Star Wars Solo movie, and they put him in there as like a leaker or tease, teasing that he would be returning in live action form. So much so that it was rumored and pretty much confirmed behind the scenes that there was going to be a Darth Maul like live action show. But then in 2020, he had a little bit of a meltdown with his wife, and he was posting like revenge porn of his wife on social media. And so Disney was like, we can't have that. And that show was basically thrown out the window. And so that never came to fruition. It never happened. Like 2 nights ago, he did it again. We had a whole meltdown, and he posted revenge porn of his wife on the internet.
I'm sorry. Where is there a place I can see this revenge porn?
Well, the thing is,
just
he's
for
been
a fact.
deleting
Research,
it. Well,
research.
Yeah.
First of all, Instagram deletes this kind of shit anyway
okay.
after a certain amount of time.
Is there an
to see it.
archive of it somewhere?
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
say
I
it.
had a tweet of Anna.Star Wars Girl, and she had like, crossed out a whole bunch of, like the vagina and all this stuff, and made it like so it was able to be posted on Twitter. She like crossed it all out. Yeah. I'm sorry, Craig. It's probably somewhere in the deep dark web because people screen grab all the time. But if
Well,
you
let me just
want,
do a
Why would you want to see that?
yeah, I don't know why you want to
I'm
see.
just kidding. I'm just
It's
kidding.
weird though, right?
Just to be
Because, like,
thorough.
It's
really.
weird because people
Fact
are
check.
always like, he's such a nice guy, he's such a nice guy. I'm like, I don't know a nice guy who would do that to
Post
their
revenge
partner.
porn. Yeah.
Right? So I think he's having meltdowns. Apparently he gets really, really drunk and just keeps posting these kinds of things online. And now apparently he's been posting videos about talking about his son on the internet. So the point of it all is that Ray Park has gone absolutely gaga. I hope he gets better, obviously, because he's a very, very, very talented martial arts guy, right? Like, holy shit, one of the best ever. But he kind of fucked himself over, didn't he? Because he was going to be back in live action Star Wars, and now that's not happening. And today, funny enough, they announced it yesterday that there was a Darth Maul animated show, right? The trailer came out this morning, ironically, all at the same time, but the original Darth Maul is having a meltdown on social media.
Okay,
Jesus
so
Christ.
X is up now, and
good.
we do have that start. We have Anna over here talking about it, having the meltdown. Now you may be asking yourself, what does that meltdown look like? Now, children, I need you to cover your eyes a little bit. Now this has been edited out.
Yes, and it's completely removed because I went and looked on Instagram. Because the funny thing is, I used to follow him on Instagram, and then he had these bit of a, woohoo. So I was like, you know what, unfollow.
Well, you can see what's
So-
going on here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and there
Hi.
was more than just that. That's the one
Oh.
that was still remaining. Apparently, there was a whole
Yikes.
bunch of them.
I have this is a legit question, and this is something I just don't quite understand. In this age of like everybody has a phone, everybody has a camera, I guess this is a thing that people do where they like to film themselves having sex, right?
I have a question.
Why?
Has his wife come out and said that he's posting this without her consent?
I have not seen that, but the thing is, apparently, this is the rumor. I don't even know if it's true. I've never been able to verify this. There's always been accusations of her sleeping with another Star Wars actor.
See,
So
I was about to
that's
say,
what's
what
going
if
on.
what
I
if
think
this
his
is
name
some like
Daniel.
hot wifing thing where he's like promoting his wife's nudes so other people will want to fuck her because that's what they're into?
I don't know.
Can we agree, though, that she should not be nude? Have you seen that picture? That is not an attractive person at all.
Yeah, that's what
I have not seen the
saying.
picture, no.
Yeah, why is it that always ugly people feel the need to show their genitals to everybody? We should stop that. We should outlaw that immediately.
I like that's
Phoenix
where I was.
gonna water spray everyone. Shh, no.
That's where I was going with this. The idea, and water spray has a totally different context in this.
How
Blabs, I
dare
just want to point that out.
Why?
Like I don't want to see myself having sex. Like I'm fucking disgusting. Like I'm like yeah, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to see myself with my shirt off ever.
Just pumping and farting. Pumping and farting.
I mean, speak for yourself there, Phoenix.
That's how I do it.
But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, why people would want to do that? Is it a narcissism thing, or is it just a? Is that what it is? Like, oh, let's go, you know?
Yeah.
I don't
And it's
know.
also like it's material later, too.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get the women. You tell them, not that I have any experience in this, but you tell the women, like, listen, I'm on the road a lot. And so these pictures help me, when I'm feeling lonely. And so that's what gets them in on it. And then you just keep going with that and that.
Okay. I see you got your honeypot set up here, Phoenix.
Yeah. You tell them that you're going somewhere. You're not. You're just going to Target. But you just like, oh, I got to travel. Maybe you should probably send me those pictures. Yeah.
That's wow. It's really depressing, Phoenix. Thank you for
It is
sharing.
really depressing. And like in a committed relationship, I don't think it should be a problem to send like, teasing pictures to one another. But even when you do that, you run the risk of like, if that person has a mental break or if they just decide to be a shitty person, they could just leak your shit.
I mean, here's the thing. When it comes to this viewpoint as well, right? That's not a very flattering view.
No, that's like a piss on my face kind of picture.
Like
Yeah.
Like that, I just not into that.
She's about to ride your face.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Well, I'm just saying, in that situation, like you think about if it's this lady, she's got to put this phone down below, right? And she's like, is she like looking at it like, I don't know. It's just so weird.
For the record, those videos that are posted after, that shot, they've actually been deleted from his account because he was just spurging out, talking about like how he was going home or met his son or whatever it was. So like, yeah, he was spurging about his kid. He posted those pictures of his wife. And the thing is, if anyone's curious to know who the whole allegations were in 2020, cheating on another Star Wars actor, it was Daniel Logan, who played young Boba Fett in Attack of the Clones.
Daniel Logan, really?
Yeah, that's the whole accusations was with Daniel and his wife. So yeah, it's been a whole clusterfuck.
The more I hear about this, the more I think that like streamers are going the way of Hollywood at this point.
Oh yeah, man. Tell you what, that is nuts.
So anyway, Star Wars revenge porn. Yay!
It's actually, in this case, it's the opposite of nuts.
Correct. Yes.
It's giant. The absence of nuts, but it is still crazy.
Wow.
Old hoo-ha.
Yes. Ooh, right there.
Yeah, he
literally
totally
in your
fucked
face.
himself over because he could have gone back and portrayed Darth Maul live action that he's
I mean,
always
not only
wanted
that,
to
depending
do.
on where he lives, posting revenge porn, if that's what it was, is like criminal. So he's like, "What are you doing, guy?"
Yeah.
Unless his wife was like, "Yeah, go for it. It's fine."
Yeah, tell me on the Instagrams.
No, it's also awkward because kids like, oh, I want to see Darth Maul. Oh my God.
Exactly. And the thing is, he's
That's
actually
not a
had his-
double-edged lightsaber. What's
It's
that?
like, okay, she had the allegations of cheating on him, and then he released supposedly revenge porn after that. But what if they like mended their marriage in the way where it's just like, okay, honey, you can go have sex with these other
Open.
men as long as I'm involved. Like now he's a cuck, right? Like we don't know. We don't
he's
know
a
what's
sneaker.
going on.
Wow.
Yeah, so anyway. And he's also censored all of his comments, really. So I think you can, if only he follows you or whatever it is, you can comment on his stuff. Like he's got limited comments on his Instagram and stuff for
boy.
the last few years.
I like that he has no problem putting his wife out there, but he has to censor words. Fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And real.
So
literally
yeah, he totally,
fucking
Quite literally.
totally snapped.
okay. Well, that's
The end.
great news, Blabs. Thanks.
I thought I'd help.
Appreciate that. That's great to hear. All right. Hey, Arg Another Name says, we're leering too much about Phoenix today.
We've just begun.
So much leering. Give it up for Benjamin. Says, Craig, Skybrows has put out a new slop song. NVIDIA, fuck yeah. Figured I could knock out two birds, one stone, and get Kirsha to react to it two at the same time. Love y'all. Can't wait. Well, we'll see if we can find that. I enjoyed the last Skybrows song. Yeah, it's good. Guts says, first they came for Star Wars, then they came for the rings, then 40K. They really aren't leaving any of the things I grew up with. Then realized why we're getting radicalized. Yeah. Thanks, Guts. Appreciate that.
They want the modern audience so bad. They want to create it.
Yes, they literally, as you said, created out of thin air. Yeah. Wasp says, the founder of the company I worked for passed away last night. He was a 100-year-old World War II veteran who survived the Battle of the Bulge and was a good friend of mine. His death hit me hard.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Man, salute to him. Salute to
100
you.
years, though. That's crazy. Good on that guy.
Listen, a business owner at 100 years old, man, let's go. I've talked about this many, many times. Like men in particular, they need purpose, right? And you got a guy who's a World War II veteran working till the day he dies. He's a veteran. He's a business owner working towards 100. Man, that's a hell of a life, man. That's a hell of a life. Great for him. I'm sorry for your loss, my dude.
Just to make it a little bit funnier, though, Eric's in the chat. You know, you mean the movies, and he's Rapper Wrangler, and he says, "Now this is hard news or pod racing."
Or pod racing, yes. ADDF Toxic says, "All right, Craig, you win. I went and listened to the Cream of the Slop on my own last night. My brain couldn't stop singing, creamy man, creamy Manjaro." That's right. I told you, it was great.
It is an earworm.
It just gets stuck right in there. Yeah. You want to listen to it again, Phoenix?
Boy, howdy.
Yeah. Daniel says Foxu's powers even transcend streams, turning men strange. Munya. Thank you, Daniel. Anthony just says, not defending Ray here, but Phoenix's standards are a little high. Lisa is at least a 6 or a 7. I took a glance on Instagram of not her, all of her, just her face. And yeah, I thought she was.
Glance on Instagram.
I think she's a nice looking lady there. I'm just letting you know.
Is she? But she's
very
like
fit.
flat and I don't know. It's not working.
How do you really feel there, Phoenix?
I know. I got to see more pictures for research. I'll do that later after the show.
Phoenix is the big bunda.
That's great. Speaking of big bunda, Big Boss Luffy Double X says, Craig, I told you I would super chat harder in response to the documentary DMCA thing. So here I bring an honorable man of my word. Sometimes that seems hard for some people to be. Love you guys. Love Kirsha. Y'all make my work days fly by. So thank you. Yes. Thank you very much. We will get to that. And Big Boss Luffy, congratulations. You, my friend, are going on my wall over here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
His wall prepared for Valentine's Day?
Listen, my wall is...
Making a heart.
Maybe we could do that. Turn it into a little heart back.
I mean, it'd have to be a you thing. We can't help you. You would have to take them all down and rearrange.
This is true. It's true. Kataka came in and says, just curious, did you guys hear they hired the same lady who directed / wrote Birds of Prey movie onto, I think, the new Batman Brave and the Bold movie?
Oh, thank God. Perfect.
I don't know what Birds of Prey is.
Well, you can tell by Phoenix's reaction, he's really excited about that. No, we didn't hear that. But thank you for that. That's wonderful. All right, let's move on to our next story real quick. By the way, thank you guys very much for your super chats. We'll get to all of the super chats throughout the duration of the show. Some will scroll on the bottom, but we'll do our best to read every single one. Thank you guys very much. Okay, so do you guys recall, just this past weekend, we had the incident of the people storming the church in Minnesota to resist. Do you recall this? Sure,
I do.
Everybody does, yes. Yes. Kirsha, did you see? You saw this on...
Don Lemon was there, too.
Whoa,
Thank you. Sorry.
You okay there?
Bless you.
Yeah, I had to sneeze, so I couldn't talk.
Okay.
But I remember Don Lemon and his hordes of zombies going into that church.
They came in, they disrupted the whole thing. They were just total fucking assholes. They went in, disrupted the church service over here, protesting and talking about what horrible people they were and how they need, like this guy over here just yelling at people. Like this was...
The pastor with the microphone is kind of cute, though.
What's that?
That's the pastor with the microphone. He's kind of cute.
Oh, well, we'll make note of that for future reference.
He's cute.
There you go. What a man. What a man. Well, this guy, what about this guy down here? He's
Craig.
Huh?
Craig, before you play this guy, I need you to picture in your mind Adam Sandler doing a bit instead of a crazy man invading a church. All right? Just envision that in your mind while this guy is screaming, okay?
Was Adam Sandler going like, whoop-de-dee-doo, here we are.
This guy literally sounds like Adam Sandler, and so if you
Okay.
imagine it as Adam Sandler doing a bit, it actually becomes funny.
Okay, get his arms up. All right, hold on, let's do it. I'm gonna close my eyes real quick and listen for Adam Sandler.
Comfortable white people who are
Okay, all right, okay. Okay.
You get it, I'm glad.
Immediately, I heard it.
living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man.
Okay, so anyways, they come in, they Adam Sandler goes in, totally harasses everybody, which I got to be honest. Could you imagine an Adam Sandler movie where they did just this? Would it star Jennifer Aniston or Drew Barrymore as his love interest? Which one would
Probably
it be?
Drew Barrymore, and like the point of the movie would be that he needs to reform and not be such a Scrooge, you know?
Oh my God. Well, anyway, so they go in, and there's a lot of talk. You mentioned Don Lemon was there.
Don Lemon.
He went in, broadcasted, interviewed the hot pastor, as you said, the hot pastor over there, Kirsha. Got in his face. Went in there, interviewed, and a lot of people were like, "Yo, dog, what the fuck? That's kind of crossing a big line." And this happened on Saturday, and then we had a national holiday on Monday with MLK Day. So there's like people going, "When are they pressing charges? When is somebody going to be pressed charges?" Because you can't just storm into a church and disrupt the whole thing and intimidate people for your cause and all that, where they thought they could. Well, guess what? Today, there have been charges that have been filed against the organizer here. This is coming from Secretary Kristi Noem. Homeland Security and FBI arrested Nakima Levi Armstrong, who played a key role in orchestrating the church riots in St. Paul, Minnesota. She is being charged with a federal crime under 18 U.S.C. 241, religious freedom as a bedrock of the United States, and there is no First Amendment right to obstruct someone for practicing their religion.
And that is their, from my understanding, and Kirsha, maybe you could help me out with this. I believe that was their little law they wanted to enact. That was their side that did that. Yep.
That was a Democratic law. And also, can I just say her name is kind of funny. It looks like not her real name, but like a name that she was given after she joined the Black Hebrew Israelites.
Oh, Nakima Levi Armstrong?
Yeah, that just doesn't sound like it would be her real name, you know?
Well, I know that her real profession is to be a professional agitator, more or less. She's a protester, and apparently she makes pretty damn good money doing it. Now, in addition to her being arrested, they've also arrested another person who has a fake-sounding name. Chantil Louisa Allen has been taken away.
I bet you she's white.
Oh, you think so? Let's find out.
I don't think so.
That is sarcasm.
Let's
Do
just.
you have the video of the perp walk for her?
No, I don't have a video of the perp walk, but I'm
now
sure I
you
can
do.
find it. No, let's get it. Let's get the perp walk pulled up. Is she strutting? Does she look like she's really enjoying the process? 'Cause that's the big thing. Here's the perp walk right here as she's getting escorted out. I actually think this is closer to a perp waddle, I believe, in this situation. Does she say anything?
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, let's find out.
I feel like I need a baritone or a trombone.
Wah, wah,
Wow, what a bag of shit. Wow.
Well, that's just yeah. She definitely has the bag of shit variety here.
Why does being a professional protester pay so well? Is my question. Like, this is kind of silly.
These are great questions that I don't know the answer to. Otherwise, I probably would be a professional protester.
And I'm surprised that no documentary has ever come out, like some investigative journalist who goes undercover and tries to join that would be amazing.
Right?
Oh,
That
I
would
agree.
So
be
good.
fun.
Let's just see her waddle off. There you go.
Oh my god, look at the double handcuffs because she's too fat.
Wow.
She's too fat for handcuffs.
Too fat for handcuffs.
Man,
What if it was pink? That's nice.
is that when society, like in American society, we really fucked up when they realized that they can no longer carry just one pair of handcuffs; they have to carry two, because you got to cling them together.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they probably carry around 2 anyway in case they have to arrest 2 at the same time. But I get your point, yeah.
Yes. So arrest
I
RB.
want to see.
Yes,
I
go
want
ahead.
to see Don Lemon being arrested. And I know they said on MLK Day that they were considering charging him with the KKK Act, which that's fucking great. But like, why hasn't he been arrested yet? Considering he was the most high-profile person that they don't even need to look for that was there.
All this is on video. Everything's on video, and a lot of people are saying, "Well, hey, what about this guy, the Adam Sandler guy here, who?" By the way, he's a social media guy. This is like literally what he does. He posts on social media. And yes, in addition to him, Don Lemon over here. He's next, I guess, on the list of people to go after. Like in a situation like that, where let's just say Don Lemon gets arrested. Okay, how quickly does all of his media member cohorts, his like ex-CNN friends and all that stuff, because he has to know a lot of people. How quickly do they come out and be like, this is an attack on journalism, and they kind of spin it that way? Yeah. And maybe
100% immediately.
Is there? You think that it's an optics thing? Maybe that's why they haven't arrested him yet.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, Kirsha, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say probably because it just seems, people for some reason on the Republican side are way more obsessed with optics than the Democrat side are.
Yes, they're extremely obsessed with it to a point of being very annoying and doing fuck all. Yeah, this administration in particular, they're very afraid to do anything, especially with the midterms coming up, and they're failing to understand that the minute that the other side wins the midterms, we're in serious shit, and everything. Just look at what's happening in Virginia, and you'll have an idea of how scary things are getting. So they need to crank this up immediately, and dare I say, become the evil dictator that everyone always claimed him to be. It's time to start doing that, because if you don't start changing things right now, it's going to get seriously ugly. And I'm sure Kirsha can attest to that.
Absolutely. Hard agree. And it's really scary because I don't want these spineless do-nothings to remain in their seats. But with how fast the midterms are approaching, I don't know if anyone has time to even try and set up any kind of grassroots competition to a Republican seat. So it's for the only option we have is to get as many people as humanly possible to vote for the spineless do-nothings anyway. And I'm sure they know this, right? They know that they either vote for us or everyone loses, right? It's like some sort of weird nuclear suicide option. And so I hate advocating for it because I don't want the spineless do-nothings there, but the Democrats are a much worse option, again, like you pointed out, Virginia. So it's in this midterm, just vote for the spineless do-nothing, and then immediately after, get involved in your local politics. Get involved in any shape, way you can. And find someone, whether it's you or someone else in the area, to actually run and contest that Republican seat for the next primary. Because we need these spineless do-nothings out more than anything. They do almost as much damage entirely as the Democrats who will get in and just, destroy everything. But the fact that the options are do nothing or destruction, it's insanely unacceptable that we've gotten to this point.
I strongly recommend everyone follow a guy named Scott Pressler. Kirsha, I'm sure you know who Scott Pressler is, or you don't, because Scott Pressler is doing the Lord's work. He's basically he helps get everyone elected. He's really helped. He was very crucial to this administration getting reelected. And one of the things that he's been doing is he goes out and helps people to get to vote. And right now he's basically saying if the Republican candidate doesn't believe in the SAVE Act, which is basically, wanting to make all the changes that we're talking about right now, if you're not on board with that, then we're not going to help get you elected. So if anyone out there wants to get educated on the matter, check out Scott Pressler. Fantastic guy.
And there are still some people who are very accelerationists that are just oh, well, it would be a good thing if we vote for the Democrats and then everything, gets destroyed, because then it'll show the Republicans oh, you need to lock in. Things need to get way worse before anyone will actually start doing anything. And it's what do you mean way worse? They're already assassinating people. They're already murdering people with little to no repercussion. They're already electing Democrat politicians that openly say they want to see you dead. what is the worst? If people aren't doing anything now, they will never do anything, which is why they need to get voted out.
Yep.
Well, we will see where all this goes as far as the church arrests and if Don Lemon will be next to go and how quickly the media will react to that and blaming the administration for being fascist.
I don't remember Don Lemon ever defending any of the journalists that were at the J6, you know, that horrible day in history. He didn't defend any of the journalists there, not one. And that's the same exact, very close, very similar situation as he finds himself in now.
I mean, you wouldn't even need to bring up January 6th. You can bring up the I can't even remember their names. There was like the father and son, I believe. They went and they tried to do a citizen's arrest on, was it Ahmaud Arbery? And there was a guy who was like literally just recording it, and the guy just recording it as like a bystander also got jail time.
I think life, if I recall.
I don't remember because I don't remember a lot of things, but like
yeah.
it's absolutely ridiculous that happened.
You know, it's funny because I remember when January 6th, like when it was happening, I remember hearing leading up to it, hey, a bunch of people are going to go up to Washington. And I remember just from like random people, I think someone in my family mentioned it and they're like, oh,
I was
maybe
this close to going.
Were
This
you?
close.
If that was the case, you probably wouldn't be on our show today.
That is correct.
Tracked down. That's right. But yeah, it's crazy to think how much things can shift. And once again, it's this pendulum going back and forth. And man, I just want to point out that we would not be talking about arresting Don Lemon if you go back and the border wasn't wide fucking open, just letting anybody come in. Like this is a domino effect. This church storming would never have happened if the people who were, if ICE never came to Minnesota. ICE would have never came to Minnesota if Nick Shirley never did his expose on the fraud in Minnesota. Nick Shirley never would have came to Minnesota to do the fraud in Minnesota had those people not illegally came to the United States and fraudulently defrauded everybody of their taxpayers, right? So like there's a butterfly effect to all this stuff that people are not talking about. What is the root of the problem? We all know it, right? Yeah. But nobody wants to talk about it. So
it's like this is why I think that Trump is also making a point of we're focusing on the criminal illegal aliens. Like regardless of the semantics of yes, they're here illegally, so they're already criminals, but they say that to point out that they have a far worse criminal history than just the criminality of coming here illegally. Right? They're arresting the rapists, the murderers, the people who have done like billions of dollars in fraud and whatnot. And these are the people the leftists are out there protesting to keep in. Because they are going after people who are violent for the most part. And it makes the optics way worse for the left, which again, they don't care about the optics, but regular people typically still do. And so they'll start to question, well, why are you out there, you know, protesting to keep in murderers and rapists? Why are you out there leaving your kids in a car all day to go to this nonsense thing? Why are you trying to grift money off of people with GoFundMes when you're part of the problem, right?
I think that's how most stories we talk about, it just ends with a damn.
Yeah. I want all of the illegals rounded up and gone. And so it makes me annoyed when I hear Trump saying like we're focusing on the criminals, but it's like I get why he's saying that, and please for the love of fuck make sure you round up all of them after the criminal ones.
Monkey came in and tipped some Bitcoin over at Rumble Wallet. Ooh. Thank you, Monkey, for that. $22 worth of Bitcoin, and we appreciate that. Maverick Marty says, with He-Man on the run sheet, it almost feels like Neon and Geeky Sparkles from, it almost feels wrong that Neon and Geeky Sparkles from Clownfish aren't here. Yeah, I mean, they're good folks over there. We've had them on the show there, or at least Neon. Wasp also says the founder was that about the 100-year-old Ward veteran. Thank you very much. Give it up for Fire Sky, who subscribed over at SidescrollersPlus.com. Thank you so much, Fire Sky. Monkey came in with more crypto being tipped over on Rumble Wallet. Do we have an asset for that, Phoenix? I think we do, right? Yes.
Yeah, if you go to me real quick.
Yeah, let's go with that. Amazing. Thank you, Phoenix, for that. That's wonderful. Wasp also says, here's a story about the World War II vet. While on break from watching POVs and having a drink, When he heard news of Germany's surrender, he was so caught off guard he fell out of a second-floor window. Well, let's go.
Oh my God.
All right. And Jewish as fuck says, USMC 5811 military police veteran. After my first bar brawl, I made it a habit to carry 2 sets of hand irons and 4 sets of zip ties. You never know when you have to hog tie somebody. I think. There you go. Well, speaking for your
For
personal
business
life,
or pleasure?
I was going to say, Kirsta perked up a little bit for that one. She's like, oh, it's wonderful. Weissman says, Don will be campaigning for ours this year like it's 2024, hammering how Dems want to reverse everything he's done. It'll all combine to build momentum for the ours in November.
I don't know how much momentum it will build, because I think a lot of people are very, very upset to the point where they do not want to vote for the spineless do-nothings. I agree. I don't want to vote for the spineless do-nothings, but I would rather vote for that and keep things as horrible as they are instead of watching them get worse and make it harder to reverse. I think after the midterms, everyone who's upset with everything needs to focus on getting involved in their politics locally. That's like your own butterfly flap, much like Craig was talking about with the, like, if, you know, this hadn't happened, then Nick Shirley wouldn't have gone there, blah, blah, blah. You can be the little butterfly flap in your local area that starts ushering out waves into national politics. It all starts locally.
Bingo.
Tin Lee says, you guys don't get it. There is no midterms. Whatever happens, summer 2020 will be 10x worse this year because one side is desperate and Trump's hammering everything. Army's the only way. Montez!
I'd love to see him bring in the National Guard, but, I mean, there is still a midterm, and if the Democrats win more seats, we will be more fucked than we currently are.
Blue Ninja says, I work at a small business toy store, Dallas Vintage Toys, and they had Ray Park twice doing autographs. He was a very nice guy.
See, that's the thing. It's all I ever heard about him, that he's such a nice guy. But then...
Always be careful of nice people. They don't exist. They don't fucking exist.
Some people say I'm nice, Phoenix.
As I said, point was
don't
just I
exist.
made the point, and they.
Weissmax also says, stop counter signaling people. Everything the admin did last year was to set up the economic boom coming this year. That will combine with tax returns to give big econ relief to most Americans.
I wish I didn't have to pay my taxes this year.
God damn. Yeah. Dreg says, Kirsch, did you call ICE on Fillion?
I didn't call ICE on Fillion, but, you know, I'm gonna figure out how we can get her back from the Philippines, okay?
Massive Doge says, Pastor isn't straight anymore. Oh, sorry to hear about that.
He probably already has a wife.
Demi Morse Tapeworm came in, says, it's true. It's true. It's pretty easy to get special photos from women you date today. Phoenix is right. You got to say, baby, I'm away and I miss you. And bam, you got him. Look where I live. In a booty. What?
Exactly.
Okay.
Attaboy.
He lives in a booty because he's a tapeworm.
Yeah, I know. Congratulations, Demi Worms Tapeworm. Demi Moores. Anthony says, donut operator has to use 3 cuffs before he was a cop. Ooh, man.
Did he arrest, like, fucking Muck from Pokemon? How do you need to use 3 cuffs? How did it fit in the vehicle?
Oh, man. C. Thomas Peasant says, 2 cuff detected. Where is donut operator to make all the jokes? Eric says, this is 100% publicity stunt for Lemon. His career is in the toilet. He wants to get arrested to possibly parlay this into a job.
That's disgusting, man.
I could see that.
Disgusting. I could see that too, and it's like, I don't want him trying to clout farm be a reason we don't arrest him, because he still fucking deserves it.
Dr. T says, if you want things to change, you have to do things locally. National politics is beyond what you can change, but you can stump for someone in your primary. Then we get to main election team sport.
I mean, look at what local politics can do. It's kept New Hampshire basically the most based state in all of New England. They have the lowest refugee numbers. They have, like, the lowest welfare numbers. They've been able to keep their state afloat in the middle of, like, literal communist blue hellhole.
Tank Rat says, what do you think the odds are for organization and Dawn gets sued in class action lawsuit for their shenanigans?
I think that's more likely. I think something like that is more likely than prison time or anything like that.
I mean, he'll definitely get a deal if he even gets arrested, unfortunately.
Elijah Snow says, follow what Brandon Herrera is doing. I'm in law enforcement. My wife is looking at working for immigration. Lots of people are doing things. It's just no one will cover it.
Oh,
Yeah, I talk about Brandon Herrera on occasion, and I think it's really sad that Trump didn't give an endorsement to Brandon. I think it's a very missed opportunity. And it's possible that Trump just doesn't know much about him and he's used to like the other names that get posited to him. Who knows? But hopefully Brandon can win his seat in Texas this year, because he came very close last year. And for a actual grassroots movement, that's pretty fucking impressive.
JK, the slacker, says, gee, Billy, your mom lets you use 2 pairs of handcuffs? Don't make it weird. All right, that's good. All right, let's go and keep moving on. Guys, thank you so much for your support today. We'll read anything and everything that comes in, and we'll have some of them scroll on the bottom, but we'll definitely do our best to read 10 and up. But just know we appreciate any and all support you guys fire our way. Okay, so we wanted to try something a little different today, or at least I did, and we'll see how this goes. If you guys do enjoy this little segment, then please let us know. But long time ago, I used to do top 10s about video games and stuff on the internet.com, and I was kind of known as like the top 10 guy back in the Screw Attack days, when we do all sorts of crazy top 10s. So I thought I would try to bring some of that here to Side Scrollers, and we're doing something a little tied to that. I would like to do the top 5 reasons why Amelia has absolutely backfired on its original intentions. So I figured we'd do that today, and I'd list off my reasons, and we kind of talk through them as we go and keep it in this fun little podcast format. So if you guys do enjoy this, please hit the thumbs up button and let us know in the comments if you agree with these reasons. So with that said, we all know a little bit about Amelia, and the way this is framed over on X is game's goth villain Amelia becomes right-wing icon over here. This comes from the game Pathways. And Kirsha, you said you played through this game, yeah?
Yeah, I played.
Yeah, it's how evil were you?
Pretty evil. I wanted to see like what it would say for certain things, because like again, we're dealing with a college student, and so it's really weird. One of the options was like, oh, go tell a parent about the video. And the first question about the video, I was like, well, clearly this is going to be some sort of PSA on don't download strange videos from strange people, because it could be malware and infect your computer and have a lot of repercussions, right? And it's like, they never told you what the video was, just that it was, ooh, spooky radicalizing. Right. And so it was just really fucked from the get-go. Like, why is a college student going and telling an adult when they are an adult about a video that they got sent online? This is like infantilization to the nth degree.
What's amazing about this is that this people don't realize this. This game is from 2023. This game is now almost 3 years old, right? This has been around. This is not just something that just launched. It's been
How did we all
sitting
just
there.
find it recently?
I don't know. Apparently it got passed on, and you know how it works, the virality of all these things. But there's been a meme coin that's launched from Amelia, which is hilarious. I mean, it's funny. People will take advantage of it. There's a X account that's launched just for Amelia. But I want to get into the top 5 reasons why Amelia has absolutely done the exact opposite of what she did. So let's start off with number 5. Number 5 on my list is they made the giant mistake of making Amelia conventionally attractive. They fucked her up with the designers giving her the alt girl and e-girl look with the purple hair and the choker and the pink dress and the goth vibe. And like, that's extremely popular in online spaces, especially amongst young men who frequent anime and meme and gaming communities, right? These are all things. So instead of people being like, ugh, she's ugly, they were like, no, awesome, she's my waifu. And we've seen that immediately turning the villain into an idolized figure that they all want to date. So there's number 5. They made her.
Can I just say real quick?
Yes.
Yeah, like I actually love this because back in the day, it was the purple. I'm happy we're reclaiming it, because back in the day, it was the purple-haired girl that was about freedom of speech, that was against the government, that wanted to take the system down. So it's nice to see a return to form, and then also be attractive. Perfect combo.
Yeah.
I was thinking that in typical fashion, right? This is in Globo Homo art style. So it was like always going to be a little scuffed regardless of what they did. And I was like, wouldn't it be funny? Because this was supposed to be, you know, the left side propaganda. Wouldn't it be funny if the person who designed this was making the Amelia character, like, in their own image, right? Like there's some kind of a man dressed as a woman wearing a choker to hide their Adam's apple and they have purple hair. And they were like trying to self-insert as like the edgy character, but then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I'd love a big titty goth girlfriend."
Right. She doesn't have a nose ring. She's just like, "Hey, have you heard about this?" And she doesn't like overly force her agenda on you. She's just like, "Hey, here we go." And that's one of the things about it is throughout the story of the game, she's not like overly. She's just like, "Hey, I'm going to this protest. Do you want to go?" It's not like, "Hey, fucker."
Like forcing him.
Yeah. like you'd see. All right, so there's number 5. Number 4 on my list. The internet saw Amelia and they immediately reclaimed her. As soon as they knew what was going on, this is how it backfired. They saw the messaging and embraced Amelia as a positive symbol of resistance rather than a cautionary tale. You saw fan arts. If you just search Amelia on X, we talked about it. There's fan art. There's AI edits. There's ironic romantic scenarios that they put in. They have her make, in some of these scenarios, they got her having 4 children, which was really funny. And all of a sudden you saw this like do it for her memes that reframed her as a based patriot icon. So there's number 4. The internet grabbed her and they totally flipped it, which was exactly what you should do in a situation like that.
It's really funny how whenever the left tries to make like overt propaganda, it always fails. They have to do it in like those really subtle ways where they stuff it into things where it's mostly fun and mostly interesting, and then they get you with those like little nuggets, right? Whenever they do it overtly, it's just like, but you made me look cool. What do you mean by this?
No, it all feels like, hello, fellow kids. All of it just feels exactly like that meme.
Exactly.
All right, there's number 4. Let's go to number 3 on my list of how Amelia has just absolutely backfired from her original intentions. By the way, these assets are outstanding. Thank you, Phoenix, for putting them together. Appreciate that. A little over the top, but I appreciate the over top nature of it. It's great. Number 3, the Streisand effect kicked in hard. So they attempted to portray her views of anti-migration and nationalism and cultural preservation as dangerous and extreme, and it only drew more and more attention to what her messages was. So once their screenshots and clips spread out there, the game was quietly disabled for a while and removed from access within days, and after the virality of it hit, but the memes and fan content just further exploded after this. So they tried to pull it back, whether that was them purposely doing it or whether that was just so many people wanting to play it. Absence in this case actually made the heart grow fonder of Amelia, which further pushed her message along, which was so funny to see.
I mean, once again, that's what they constantly do, right? They try to demonize any sort of anti-immigration policy or position, and they just try to shoot you down as a bigot or a phobe or some kind of ist, right? And so trying to paint someone talking rationally and talking normally in their propaganda as that, it just didn't work very well for them. And it's like that's what I got attacked for last year as well.
Number 2 on my list of how Amelia has backfired. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. Thank you, Amelia. Let me take you back to the late 1990s, early 2000s of WWF/WWE wrestling. There was a character, an icon in the world of wrestling named Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Stone Cold Steve Austin, the biggest storyline possibly ever in wrestling was Stone Cold versus Mr. McMahon. And that was entirely about rebelling against the system. If you go back to the 1990s, it was a corporate environment, and everybody wanted to punch their boss in the face. And that is what Stone Cold Steve Austin did. It stunned him, sent him to home. Fast forward almost 30 years later, Amelia is that anti-hero. Amelia is that rebel. Amelia is the Stone Cold Steve Austin for the UK. You never make the antagonist cooler or hotter or more sympathetic or more relatable than the intended good path. And that is what they did. Amelia is just flipping a giant middle finger to the UK government in the best way possible.
She's got an iconic look too, which is great. What I love about it is like she stands out. If they had made her just very plain, very normal, average looking, there wouldn't be much to do it. But she's got so many iconic features on her too that it just makes a perfect icon to rally.
They're like,
behind.
yeah, let's make the radicals stand out. Let's put them in purple colors. Let's give them the Ramona flowers.
How many, and oh man, talk about Ramona. She does have the Ramona Flowers look to her, right? And you go back 20 years ago when that movie was released, obviously, well, maybe not 20 years ago, but when Scott Pilgrim was released, that's when Ramona Flowers really hit the mainstream and became, you know, she is kind of the Ramona Flowers of today with all this. So it's awesome. So it's really fun to see the rebellious nature of this and the irony of that. You know, she goes against the narrative, and that's what people like, which leads me to the number one reason with the same music and number one asset. Let's go. Freedom! So ridiculous. And my number one reason why Amelia has totally backfired simply is she speaks the truth. Many players and viewers found her criticisms of mass immigration, cultural change, and grooming gangs and government overreach relatable and even accurate, especially in the UK content of ongoing debates. This made the game heavy-handed. This is extremism. We talked about that when we played it. The idea that
Don't believe your lying eyes.
if you love your country, if you support your vets, you're seen as an extremist. That's the framing of that felt like obvious propaganda, alienating the target audience instead of persuading them.
I mean, it was obvious propaganda from the get-go, but when it became like over the top was the question where I can't remember exactly how it was posed, but like looking up more information about the situation was considered a like yellow neutral, almost in the bad category.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you aren't supposed to look up more information. You aren't supposed to find out what's going on. You're just supposed to accept what the propaganda tells you and don't think any farther. And I was like, that's really weird because like even for propaganda, it should be at least trying to pretend that it wants you to get more information, and hopefully that information will reinforce whatever the propaganda is trying to tell you, right? Like even trying to twist it into yeah, of course any more information you find will support what we're telling you, right? But it didn't even do that. It just straight up said, yeah, looking for more information is bad. Don't inform yourself. And I was like, that's actually crazy to just say out in the open.
It's I agree with you. The idea that, you know, if you're not listening to the narrative, if you're looking for additional details, you are 100% wrong. And we kind of touched on this earlier, just the idea of if you would have gone with the government narrative in 2020 during the pandy over there, like you would not have what we're seeing today, which is this blowback, this pushback of people realizing that they were fucking lied to for a lot of this stuff. So anyways, there you go. There's my top 5 reasons why Amelia has backfired tremendously. If you'd like to see more segments like this, please let us know down in the comments. And, of course, hit the thumbs up button. We'd really appreciate that. That's a great way to decide if you guys do enjoy that. So there you go. Phoenix, should we do more top 5s?
I love them. Let's keep going. Absolutely.
All right, I'll make them a regular-ish segment, which will be
Top
fun.
5 books burned by the Nazis during the war.
Oh wow, I wasn't going to go with that one, but you know, hey.
It should have been anything from R.L. Stein. I'll tell you that much. Fucking hack shithead.
I read the Goosebumps as a little kid.
I'm so
I have a
sorry for you.
question.
Yes.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Is he the same as Stone Cold Steve Jackson? I'm very confused.
Stone Cold Steve Jackson.
No
I
one
don't
knows.
know. I thought there was a Stone Cold Jackson, Steve Jackson.
Good old Steve Jackson. He's an accountant from Alabama.
I tried to Google this and it was saying it wasn't really helping me, so I'm a bit confused here.
Stone
Yeah, you can't
Cold
wait till the end
Jackson.
of your segment, though. I was like, well, I can't interrupt now, so I might as well wait until he's done.
This is the woman who makes fun of me for not watching Marvel.
Yes, thank you.
I don't watch wrestling. I was touching grass outside. When
I don't
was a
watch
kid.
wrestling either, but my mom had juggalo friends who beat up each other in the backyard via wrestling
I
moves.
didn't have juggalo friends.
Let's
I'm
go.
sorry.
Missing out, Blabs.
Honestly missing out.
Blabs, to answer your question, no. Stone Cold Steve Austin is not the same as Stone Cold Steve Jackson.
So what's the
I'm gonna look up.
difference?
Or Stone Cold Steve Rogers. Or Stone
Maybe
Cold
Captain
Steve
America
Wisniewski.
is a Stone Cold guy. You don't know.
Mr. Steve Jackson, tear down that wall.
Golly. Unbelievable.
Stonewall Jackson. I don't think that's who I'm talking about either. I don't know anymore.
No.
Listen, I just
no.
discovered that the Rhodes is a family of 3+ people in this wrestling world. It's
No,
like
you-
Star Wars. There's a
Blabs-
whole, like,
Blabs,
family
you-
affair. soap
You
opera.
discovered that like a year ago.
Yeah, I know. A whole year ago, bro. Still
You could have
learning.
been educated so much more in the world of wrestling. Anyways,
Why?
well, thank
Why
you.
would I do that?
Because it's fucking awesome.
Ah.
That's why. Anyways,
The entire internet, by the way, has nothing on Stone Cold Steve
That's
Jackson.
why I'm so confused. I'm like, wait a second. I thought there was a real person this entire
This is
time.
Blabs'
And then
spoot
There's
moment.
nothing on Google.
This is the moment she finds out that's not a real person. Like when I found out spoot isn't a real word.
Spoot?
Yeah, no, spoot. I thought like water spoot. I thought it was a spoot.
wait. Even like a water.
S-P-O-O-T?
Yeah.
Sport?
No, spoot. Like a water spout. Like a water spoot. I just
You know
always
that's
read
an
a
Urban
spoot as a
Dictionary
kid.
term, right, Kirsha?
What's an Urban Dictionary term?
Spoot. S-P-O-O-T.
Tell us
That's
about
one
it,
of the
Blabs.
first things
Dictionary
that
term.
It's one of the first things that pop up because I've never heard of spoot before either. Well, Urban Dictionary says spoot can be used in the place for any swear word, but they also say that it's to fart while releasing sperm from the anus, which I don't really understand.
Yeah, been there, done that.
I don't think I would have
done that.
known about that as a child. You know, like I've been
What?
exposed to a lot of things before I should have been, but certainly not that.
So anyway,
What an interesting. Listen.
pivot.
No. Let's.
Good old Spoot Mahoney. That's my new name.
Spoot. Stone Cold Steve Spootin over there. That's good. Hayden Wayne came in with the $50 super chat. Hayden says, dyed hair, piercings, and rebellion was our thing. They captured it. There it is.
Punk.
That's right. They captured it and stole it from us. It's about time we take back the things they stole from us. Everyone loves a rebellious goth waifu. They are the establishment. We are the people. Hayden.
That's why they always have the alt-looking girl in the dystopian films as like the love interest of the main character.
There we go. Awesome. I'm going to put Hayden Wayne on the wall right there. Blaz, why don't you read off a few of these wonderful supers?
Yeah, all right. Artemis says for $9.99, people joke about juggalos, but everyone that I've met is insanely nice. Don't care for the music, but the people are nice. At least in my experience. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, I don't think I've met like a mean one. They've all been very kind. They're just very silly people.
Norse says Kirsha seems like a proper lady, and anyone who says that must be an improper gentleman.
What the heck?
Amelia is like Ramona Flowers. Oh, this is from Harriet Tubman, Gang
Okay,
10. I
yes.
gotta do that. Amelia is like Ramona's Flowers, except Amelia didn't run a whole generation of women. Shout out to Negative XP, aka Shooter, for that song. Gang Tubs
True.
out.
True.
Thank you.
That is very true. Hell.
Okay. Dirt is king for 10. Shit, man. All right, Craig. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World released in 2010. It came out 16 years ago. For those keeping track, a British born then would be going to college this year.
Thanks.
Wow.
I hate the passage of time.
Yes, we all feel old. Thank you for that, Dr. T.
Mercenary for 10 says, hey, Foxu, can you voice Amelia? I can just imagine how she would sound with your voice in a British accent.
I don't think I could do a British accent. I can only do
Try.
the brain damage British one, which is like
I'll
the
be like
original
Shrek.
Bostonians, right?
Do the roar. Try it. Just say
How
hello.
do I don't...
Say hello, I would like a cup of tea in some British accent.
Hello, I would like a cup of tea, please.
She just disappeared into
That's
the void
pretty
with
good.
that.
Well, it'd be better than me. I'd be like, hello, we like a spot of tea. Right?
Wow.
That's,
Oh, that's actually pretty
Transported to
accurate.
Britain.
Oh, it's a British Down syndrome person. I get it now, Craig. Thank you.
I want a spot of tea.
Hello, like a spot of tea.
I'd like a spot of tea.
Listen, I don't make the rules. I just know what I've seen on Mary Poppins. That's all. I think that's how.
A movie that came out like 50 years ago.
Well, you can't just change your dialect over the course of 50 years. That's how everybody. Yeah, speaking that Cockney over there. Hey,
you sure like to, don't you?
Post like my father.
Hey, Magnum Norse came in. Want to let you know that Aiden Wayne is gay. Look at his last super chat. Thank you, Magnum. Appreciate your support. We'll take a look at that. There we go. I'm going to put you
what
on.
The fuck? Did you just go into Arnold Schwarzenegger? Get to the shopper. What the hell was that, dude?
I said we talk British for the rest of the show.
Hello, Nathan. No, it's good. To paraphrase Thomas Sowell, there are no perfect solutions in politics, only trade-offs. As much as I don't like do-nothing R's, I'd rather kneecap the power of pseudo-socialist Democrats more. Thank you, Nathan.
And then get the do-nothing R's the fuck out the next chance you have.
Thank you very much for that. Well, I put Magnum Norse, who lets you know that Hayden is gay, on the wall. I'm going to put him on the wall here. Blabs, keep reading. Then we're going to move on to our next story.
Okay. Axe Bear Who Cares for 10 says, I was a bit excited for He-Man until I learned Jared Leto was in it. Oh, no,
Who is he? Is he like Skeletor or something?
We'll find out, I guess.
Oh, okay.
We have a bunch of He-Man stuff. Peasant for 10 says, if I had $1 for every time a VTuber did an Amelia edit for the models, I'd have $2. Not much, but funny it happened twice. Thank you very much. Kev says, it's amazing how much the Charlie character in Pathways looks like a young Charlie Kirk.
He's everywhere now.
Guy for 10 says, it's a win-win for Lemonhead. Either he gets the clout he's looking for, or he meets the booty warrior in prison. I can see Tyrone's face in the shower going, wait, you actually want this?
I was really confused when you said Lemonhead, because I just pictured the screaming thing from Adventure Time, and I was like, what? Yeah, that's lemon grab, though.
And then Hippie Tree Hugger for 500 kicks says, Trump declaring insurrection act equals Dems a win in the midterms. Thank you for the 500 kicks.
Let's go. All right.
Hang on, let me get this one real fast.
Yeah,
Mercenary
sure.
for 10 says, do you know what would make Amelia even hotter, question mark? Not only is she a big titty goth girl, but make her a tomboy big titty goth girl.
And I
All
think
right.
the fight on this segment is to remind you guys that I found out a slur for British people is piss-drinking island monkey.
Wow.
Wow. I like how Mercenary also wrote down question mark and it's full. Question space mark.
Wow, I'm sorry. Say it one more time. Piss drinking island monkey?
Yeah, piss-drinking island monkey.
Wow. Okay. Listen, all you piss drinking island monkeys who watch our show, good day, mate. Sorry, that's Australia. Sorry about that.
Put another shrimp on the barbie.
That's right. Hey, the great Baguette came in with 50. Says it backfired so much my semi-normie friend knew who she was. May everyone get their own Amelia. Long live Korsova. Thank you very much.
Long live Korsova.
Korsova. And get him on the wall really quick. Then we're going to move on and talk about He-Man here because this is quite something here. Let me get great Baguette on the wall.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes,
hang
okay.
on, I gotta read this one. Steve Jackson designs cardboard games like Munchkin, Illuminati, Space Part, Amazon Ninja, Catgirl, Spike.
Can we just combine that all into one name? The Munchkin, Illuminati, Space Pirate, Amazon Ninja, Catgirl.
That sounds like a cult. You guys want to join?
Yeah, that
Yes.
sounds fucking great. Let's go. I'd
Absolutely.
play that.
Let's go. I'm down. All right, let's go move on. Talk He-Man here because we saw the teaser for this yesterday. It popped off, and people were like, "Oh, a new He-Man movie's coming out." I don't think a lot of people really knew, but there's a new He-Man movie. Which, by the way, did you know the only reason He-Man was it was not a show, it was not an IP, it was specifically created to be a moneymaker for Mattel as a standalone toy. Do you know this? Yes.
Yeah, it was like the boys' version of Barbie, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it was basically a half-hour cartoon. They had this cool idea, like the bright idea of like, hey, what if we just make essentially a serial advertisement for children? And it was just basically every episode was just introducing a new toy line that they were going to have for the series.
Yes. So a lot of people love He-Man. it worked. Congratulations. Your propaganda was excellent. Now, He-Man, obviously very iconic 80s character. I have the power and all that stuff. Well, they released the first trailer for the live action version of Masters of the Universe, the new version, not the Dolph Lundgren version from 1980 or whatever, which, by the way, Dolph looked pretty fucking buff in that movie, I'm just going to say.
Yeah, he did.
But in this trailer, and we're not going to watch the, we may just like let it roll here, but without any audio in it. You're going to see that Adam, who is He-Man, has an office job. And the premise of this is that he was part of the, was it Eternia? Is that the name of it? Eternia, whatever it was?
Why would he have an office job? Isn't he like dumb and buff? Office job doesn't make sense.
His mom moved him there to keep him safe. She moved him to Earth. That's the premise of this movie.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't it have made more sense if he was like an electrician or a plumber or like, I don't know, just some kind of trade job?
Yeah, that's a great question here. But no, in today's corporate world, he lives in a corporate society. And this is the thing. This is 32 seconds in here. Let's see the establishing shot here after it goes through. It talks about some of the chaos. She moved him here. And then there you go. You move in. And guess what? We go back to Earth and we get the establishing shot with the
missed opportunity that the pronoun should have been he/man. That should have been it.
Say that. I was like, they could have actually made that funny by making it he/man, but they didn't because they're retarded.
It could be a joke though, like actually in the movie with that.
Maybe, but I'll tell you what. 44 seconds into a trailer, if you look at the response to this in the comments, it is all just like, what the fuck? I'm so done with this. And yeah, that's been the general thought, and fucked up the trailer with the he/him shit. No thanks. So
can you please tell me what pronouns the He-Man uses? Like, come on, bro.
Right. I think, and maybe it is a joke. Maybe it is a joke. Who knows? But it is definitely getting roasted online right now from a lot of folks. And some people will be able to look past it and they'll still go see it because they're blinded by nostalgia or whatever. Or as Phoenix always says, you vote with your wallet here. Other people have pointed out that some of the characters, this came from the teaser yesterday, Man-at-Arms in the original cartoon. This was him on the right here, Man-at-Arms. Now, in the movie, he is a black guy.
Oh, my God, he got a tan. Wow,
Yeah,
he's under the sun a long time.
A Netflix special.
Yeah. So this is definitely a big part of it. So anyways, that's been kind of the thing that we've seen from the response to this. I watched the trailer and I wasn't like appalled by anything that I saw outside of, I just kind of rolled my eyes at the pronoun thing. And this is kind of funny right here. Everyone that grew up in the 80s seeing this slop.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty great. Good. You guys have any interest in seeing Masters of the Universe remastered?
No.
Were you a He-Man fan?
Me?
Craig,
personally?
yeah.
I think I had a couple growing up, or like a He-Man and I was more of a...
Don't say it.
A Barbie.
Don't say it. It
No.
starts with a G. Don't say it. I hate it so much. Don't say it.
Gundams?
No.
G.I. Joe?
Yeah.
No.
Hate G.I. Joe.
No. I was not a G.I. Joe fan.
No, they're all fucking military masters, and you give them a gun, they can't shoot at shit. You give them a pod, there's suddenly incredible accuracy at their enemies.
No,
I was never allowed to shoot anything.
G.I. Joe? The commercials?
Yeah. Yeah.
What,
Because they would always have the G.I.
Joe.
And it would be like so much louder than everything else on your TV.
You know what I was a fan of in the 80s? Thundercats.
Yeah, no, okay, bingo. Now that I don't know why that property has had no love. Thundercats. And what's the God damn that hot piece of ass there? The Shinra. I don't remember her name.
Chitara?
Is it Chitara? The adult female.
Yeah,
one,
Chitara.
My dad passed down his Thundercats toys to me when I was a kid.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, Chitara. Okay, talk about here you go, Phoenix. Here's Chitara for you right here.
There you go.
From the 80s. Yeah, they did a good job with Chitara. They made a lot of kids question what was going on in their pants in the 80s. Over here, Yeah, but Chitara, I think they actually did bring back the Thundercats in like 2011 or so.
Oh, did they?
There was like a really bad show a la Teen Titans Go, where it was like Thundercats Go or something that was put out, and it got canceled pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
I do
Not
recall
this one, a different one.
Yeah, this is.
Well,
the
I was a
classic
big
Thundercats.
He-Man fan, by the way. I was a huge He-Man guy.
Oh yeah.
Did you like? And that first movie was not that great with Dolph Lundgren. Though the orc did look like my girlfriend's mother. She looked exactly like this really orky, fat-looking thing, slobby thing. But outside of that, no, I did not like that movie. This one looks like they try to take like Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that's why he's always in that pink shirt, just to really keep him as like a fish out of water kind of idea. I don't think this is going to go anywhere at all. I don't know who this is exactly for. You're trying to appeal to me then, but then you're also whether that him thing is a joke or not, that should not have been the shot because it just creates unnecessary confusion. Now, had it been pronoun he/man, bam, you have everyone with you, because it's like an Amelia moment of reclaiming back, like, oh, this is a fucking joke. All right, we're making a joke out of this. But they didn't do that. So then it's just like, oh, okay, so is this another one of my favorite male warrior characters being, feminized and fucking bullshit? So I think that was a big
you're gonna have
mistake.
to come see it if you want to know if it's a joke or if it's mocking you. And it's like, well, you already have the race swap in there, so I'm gonna lean towards probably not a joke. Probably don't want to waste my money. Like, why would you even risk that?
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll find out how well it does. I certainly don't think it's going to revitalize the franchise by any means, but that's where we're at. You take what's old and you do your best to repackage it for the new generation, and hopefully people are into it. And you know what 8 and 9-year-olds are really into? Pronouns.
Yes.
So there's that. Hey, Dr. T is King came in with a $50. Says Primps Adam is just a guy who then becomes giga buff. Bring up the 2000s opening to emphasize the change. The 2008 cartoon is peak. It needs more love. Manya. Dr. T is King. Thank you very much for your wonderful support. Let's get you on the wall, my dude. Let's see if you can find the 2008 version of He-Man real fast, just so we're all on the same page while I get him
There's
on
the
the
Kevin
wall.
Smith abomination that he did.
He-Man. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. What do we got, Labs?
Okay. All right. Some guys named Vescarbino for €10 says was really looking forward to this movie before the trailer. Sorry.
Maybe we'll have to watch the trailer with sound. Maybe the sound will help us, but I know we can't watch that on YouTube.
What are you doing?
My damn chair got caught on my carpet.
Anyway, Big Boss Luffy for 10 says, fun fact, Dolph has both a bachelor and a master degree in chemical engineering, which makes him more of a scientist than Bill Nye. Yeah, Bill Nye's fraud.
I hate Bill Nye and his vagina song.
Bill Nye, his wife's a guy. Bill. Anyway, Jeff, you've never heard that one before?
No.
Oh, we used to sing it all the time in 8th grade. Every time it came out, I'm like, no. Bill Nye, his wife's a guy. Anyway,
Bill Nye can't define what a guy is.
This is also true. That's why he's married to one. Jag for 20 says, can we get Kirsha running with the greatest of flags, America?
True. The American flag for the American fox. Do you have any idea how many people on Twitter accuse me of being a foreigner? Shit's fucking nuts, bro.
Well,
The more you know.
the more you know. And by the way, here's the 2008 version of He-Man, Masters of the Universe. That's what we're talking about right there. That's what you want to see. You want to see big-ass buff He-Man. That's his job.
Yeah.
That's like literally who he is. So nice. Well, thank you for that. That's excellent. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Hey, but real quick, guess what? We have a sponsor today. Let's freaking go. How great is this? And that sponsor today, my friends, is the greatness that is Rumble Wallet. Man, thank you so much for popping and listen. We've talked about Rumble Wallet a lot on the show. We encourage you guys to download it. You guys have been coming in and supporting with Rumble Wallet. That is awesome. Listen, they cancel your accounts. They freeze your cards. They're going to lock you out. But here's the thing. Rumble has had enough. They've created Rumble Wallet to push back on the big banks and the institutions that have total control. They're saying, no, it's up to you guys. That is why financial independence matters now more than ever. So take advantage of it. Use the QR code you see on your screen. Download Rumble Wallet, especially you guys watching over on Rumble. I know we got a lot of you guys watching on YouTube. Check it out. It's really great. You can buy all sorts of stuff. You control your money. Not the bank, not the government, no tech company. I know that a lot of you guys are into that stuff, into pushing back, and that's what this is meant to be, an alternative. You can buy digital assets like Tether Gold, Bitcoin, all in one secure place. It's very easy, no permission, no middleman, no cancel button. And when you want to cancel, if you actually want to support your creators, you can do it very easily. You just tap a button and say how much you want to tip, blah, blah, blah. It's right there. It's secure, it's instant, and there's no interference. It's great. You've seen it today multiple times. I get notifications directly on my phone. It's awesome. It's not a credit line they can shut off. It's your wallet permanently. Yours to protect your future, yours to protect your family. It's your money. You need to own it. So when the system fails, when institutions turn on their own people, financial sovereignty is the difference between security and vulnerability. Rumble Wallet isn't about politics. It's about freedom. And I am on board with that messaging right there. It's ownership. Protect what's yours. Take control. Download the Rumble Wallet app today, right now, and step away from the big banks for good. It's true ownership, true protection, true financial freedom. Thanks, Rumble Wallet, for sponsoring Side Scrollers. We greatly appreciate it, and hopefully a lot of folks go and download it. It is a free product to have, so check it out and support your creators over on Rumble, and take control of your money. Appreciate you guys. All right, let's go and move on to our next story here. And unfortunately, I guess the next story is me, which is kind of silly. So look, one of the things that we've seen over the last, I don't know, couple months, couple weeks, really, I guess maybe even the first year, we heard Donald Trump talking about Greenland. Greenland, right? We want to acquire Greenland, and I guess there's stuff happening over there, and I guess it makes sense or whatever, but...
Greenland is white full of American quay.
Yeah. Kirsha, you ever been to Greenland?
No.
I have. I've actually been to Greenland before. And I realized that a lot of people have not been to Greenland. And I was there several years ago when I was streaming for another brand. And part of that was we threw darts at the map, and I ended up going to Tasselik, Greenland. So I thought I'd share kind of what that looks like and my experiences by going to Greenland on your timeline. So I posted this the other day with a couple pictures. I said, as the only person on your timeline probably who's actually been to Greenland, I can say that it's exactly what you think it is. Cold as balls and extremely isolated. The people are very nice. And by the way, seal tastes like pot roast that's been in the crock pot for 3 days too long. So
you ate seal?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Listen, when you go...
But they're so cute.
It was also dead. It wasn't like gnawing on its tail as it's like looking at me going, please don't eat me. Like,
I mean, that's what I imagined in my head.
this little seal just like, no.
Craig's like, I have to. It's for the content.
So I went there. You can see we went to this tiny little town. It was the third largest town on the eastern border, the eastern side of Greenland, which... If this is the third largest town, I mean, it's like 700 people. There was nobody there. All the buildings are bright colors, reds, yellows, blues, because they don't want them to get lost in the snow from the winter. That's why everything is so bright over there when it comes to this. We went to a big old ice cave, which I've kind of shared that story in the past. It was terrifying going out there.
How deep an ice cave did you get? Caving is fascinating to me, but I don't think I would ever actually do it.
This was a fairly surface level. I'd say we went in, and it was just a really beautiful experience when we went. It was about 45 minutes outside of the town we went on, and it was truly an experience. I nearly died on the trip out there, but that's another experience for another time.
No, you can't just say you almost died and then not tell us about it.
Well, let me just say this. On the way out, I would say I nearly caught hypothermia on the way back, and there was definitely some near-death experiences. Let me kind of give you just a quick rundown on this, right? So in Greenland, we had, this is a town that is away from other towns, and when you have a tour guide, they're like, hey, you want to go see this ice cave? Okay. People from another town come in on their snowmobiles, and they take you to said place. Now, as you see on this, we were on a cove here, like a bay, and this is where the water stops. And they're like, well, listen, it's on the other side of this bay. So what happened is we actually went, by the way, this is all frozen here, so you could just drive across the bay. They said, well, look, the ice cave's on the other side of the bay. Just go over there and we'll go. Well, what they actually meant was the ice cave is not on this side of the bay. It's actually like way over here, 45 minutes outside of the city, outside the bay. And we went out there with these guys who didn't speak any English. The communication was very minimal. And
What do they speak?
Greenlandic? I don't know. I have no idea.
I was like, what do they speak in Greenland?
They did speak a little bit of English, but their communication between them was their foreign tongue. But on the way out there, the snow kept, like, it was fairly clear on the picture that you saw there, but snow kept picking up. And the TLDR of it is we went over some patches of ice that they didn't know if they were actually frozen or not. And they just like kind of guessed. And then they're like, well, I think they'll be able to make it over. And there was like water spraying up that we were just going over this really thin ice. And as we're, was
scary.
It was very scary. It was very scary. Anyways, it was a very fun experience and something that I thought would be really, really cool to do. And the response to this post was like, wow, that's really cool. So I actually, we made a documentary, and I say we, I mean the guy that I used to work with. I remember we hired somebody to create a documentary out of it. It didn't do very well, so the guy I worked with took all the footage we had and sliced it together into a documentary of us going there. It was 2 hours and 7 minutes long, and I was like, well, look, nobody's seen it. It's been like 6 years since we went, so I just posted the whole thing over on X for people to watch, and I was like, well, if it was a really fun experience, whatever. And unfortunately, you are not allowed to watch that anymore, as the media was disabled in response to a copyright strike from my previous business partner.
That
which
seems
was
incredibly petty for him to do, especially if it's like it didn't really take off, it didn't get a lot of views. Like, I don't know, that seems really petty, man.
Well, those are your words. And I'm not going to say whether I disagree or agree with you. But I'll say this. It was very intriguing to see. So yes, my old business partner actually copyrighted. And here's the thing, right? In a situation like this, look, as I said, I know that there has to be at least like one person who's interested in watching this documentary, which by the way is available for free on YouTube, that they just hadn't gotten around to it in the last 6 years. So, hey, this copyright strike is totally justified and definitely, as I missed a word here, definitely not a petty thing at all.
If this had happened to me, right? Because like women are just the embodiment of pettiness.
Mm-hmm.
I would immediately start figuring out how I could revoke rights from him for publishing because my likeness is in the video. And if he's going to be petty enough to strike me for putting out a video that I'm a part of,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to figure out how to counter the petty, right?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Kirsha, because what I'd like to announce right now is that very soon I'll be doing a live reaction stream to that entire documentary where it'll be extremely transformative content where I stop and I provide my personal insight, creating it a fair use opportunity for everybody to watch.
Hell yeah, buddy.
I'll make sure to do that very, very soon. Strictly from a journalistic standpoint, I feel like it's important for me to share my experience outside. Yeah, it's very, very important.
It's your experience, and no one can take your truth away.
Now, with that said, I do feel like I'm a good sport, and I included the link down below so he can cash in on all of that sweet YouTube money, which apparently he very much needs right now. So you can go watch it for yourself if you'd like. And then later, at a later time, I will definitely be doing that live stream reaction to said documentary, providing my personal thoughts on said documentary and watching that with you guys. Once again, creating a transformative fair use experience to share with everybody. I would also like to point out, as part of this documentary, after I provided the link, normal men have gone over and posted comments, which I am not encouraging you to do by any means. Do not do that. But it's really interesting because the person who actually copyrighted this, he's just some dude on the internet who, whatever, right? He actually felt the need to kind of justify why he did it, here.
Oh,
and
boy.
He posted in the comments, which I won't share because it includes his name. Says, "I'm in this. I shot most of the footage. Took over hundreds of hours of time to my edit. Took over 100 hours of my time to edit it and oversaw the project. I hope you enjoy watching it." And then he felt the need to preface it that it says it has made $53.11 in AdSense revenue since 2019. To which the response to that by Most Hated Donut is, "You copyright claimed it on Twitter over $53.11."
Yeah, right. Like that doesn't help your case, guy. That makes it worse. What are you doing? What do you actually do? Like, if it wasn't you, if it was like some random person, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense that he might have DMCA'd it, regardless of how long it is, regardless of how poorly it performed. But like, you're fucking in it, man.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous.
Well, look, when I was bought out of the company, right? He does own it, and that's fine. But like I still have the opportunity to transform it as I see fit. So there we are, and I will be doing that someday soon. And I'd like to thank everybody for your support and courage in supporting me in this manner. And we saw the wonderful super chats that came in. And I think the best thing that I could possibly do in the situation is monetize the fuck out of it. So let's freaking go. So love that. Expect an announcement very soon on that.
Let's hope maybe you can make $54 off of that. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Well, one thing that I do think that is missing in that is that we raised money from the community to go. So by him saying, "Look, I've only made $54.11 off this," that totally discounts the $28,000 that was raised to go on that trip through the community.
That's true.
So, you may want to include that in there if you're being fully transparent. So anyways, so I'd like to thank everybody who donates $54.11 in advance to that stream. So, all right. Hey, let's go ahead and move on, because guess what, friends? We got some extremely loud breaking news. Cover your ears. It's time for an obnoxiously loud sounder. Friends, more arrests are happening right now. Look at this. Thank you, Kirsha, for sending this our way. Breaking: William Kelly, the leftist agitator who helped storm a church in St. Paul, has now been arrested by the FBI. We were talking about this not too long ago. This mother sucker over here has been locked up.
Timu Adam Sandler.
And there we are. We have this. Yes, Adam Sandler popped in. Look at this guy right here. He looks like a stoned Adam Sandler right there.
Yeah, he looks like he's fucking gone, man. He is on another planet.
I like that his beanie. Like, this is the beanie. He's, I guess he's bald, I'm guessing, or he's just always cold. But
anyone who wears a beanie is hiding a bald spot. That's just how it is.
You think that's how it is? Yeah,
I think that's how it is.
Okay. Well, more arrests have been made. It looks like they are making sweeping arrests when it comes to this, which, hey, great news. I have one, actually big question. When are they arresting all the people who committed fraud in Minnesota?
I don't think the arrests matter, because the activist judges have just been letting people go even after they've been convicted of massive amounts of fraud. So if we want any of these arrests to actually matter, the activist judges need to be done away with.
Well, if these are federal charges, then hypothetically they're not dealing with activist judges and locally, right? So
hypothetically, but I mean, before Nick Shirley even went out there had been 70-something convictions for Somalian fraud, including that white lady I forget the name of, who was the ringleader showing them all how to take advantage of these systems.
Yeah.
And there have been 3 judges, all white women, because of course they are, 3 judges that have been letting the Somalians off on all of their convictions.
Well, speaking of this, it's funny you mentioned this, because this related to Don Lemon here. A federal magistrate has refused to sign off on the Department of Justice charges against Don Lemon. Just another activist judge running cover for leftists. There are several other avenues Pam Bondi can take to charge Lemon, and she intends to take them. So
I want to see the arrests. I want to see the charges. I want to see the lockups. But we have to deal with the activist judges. They need to be removed from the bench. Even President Bukake had said that we're not going to get anything done if we don't do what they did and get rid of their activist judges.
Well, yeah, it starts on the inside, huh? Which I guess is the whole thing when it comes to this stuff. And I think you're 100% right. 100% right. Hey, let's go. Give it up for K-Sops, who came in with $54.11 Canadian. Let's go. It says, F that copyright claim. Let's go. K-Sops.
Let's go.
Let us go. Really appreciate that. We can get you on the wall, my dude, with that 5411. By the way, 5411 will become a new alert very, very soon on our streams. We'll need to figure out a way to make that a special, super special dono right there with the Canadian monies.
Actually, just about that last quick arrest thing. Actually, you know what would be fun is that hopefully they get like incredibly harsh, something insane, like 20, 30 years in prison would be phenomenal. And then all of them get that, and then Lemon is scot-free. Oh, that'll be fantastic about the anger that's going to come his way for getting away with it.
Do you think that people on the left will start acknowledging the two-tier justice system if that happens?
They'll always do whatever helps them out for that minute.
Whatever, I support current thing, right? That's how it always is when it comes to this stuff. Whistler V asks, he says, Craig, is this the same guy you were linking the GoFundMe for his wife's cancer? No, this is somebody different here. I've had two main business partners, and I'd say really one, but and this other guy was just kind of along for the ride. So,
oh shit.
So there's that. All right, we have all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and move on because we got about 15, 20 minutes left. Wanted to get to this other story real quick. Retromeister says, morning strollers. It's truly a self-fulfilling prophecy. The powers at be have unknowingly created a symbol of freedom and rebellion against their controls and manipulation over us. Amelia is RV. Thank you, Retromeister. Appreciate that greatly. A hippie tree hugger says, Craig, it's not Tuesday anymore, let alone the 20th. Kick title is wrong. Oh, see, okay. Uh-oh. That must be it's not updating on that side. Bummer.
It's I had to get into that rhythm because I would forget about my kick title sometimes too. You know, you gotta start up like the OBS. You gotta change the Twitch title.
Yeah.
You change the kick title. You change the X title. You know, it's so much.
Yeah, I'm relying on the software we're using to change it, and apparently it's not. So I'll make sure I manually change that every day. Thank you so much, Hippie Tree Hugger. Game Hunter came in with a 20. Says, Kirsha, if you don't know how to sing or dance, period, there's going to be an idol boss battle versus you and Kasi for the JRPG. I need to ask Pippa and Filian if they want to be. Now, this is part of the game that Game Hunter's making. So, nice.
This is the first time I've heard of it, so I have no idea what he's talking about. I'm sorry.
Dead Domino says, sent a fiber earlier. Forgot you don't read them out loud. Sometimes we do. It just kind of depends on honestly, the frequency of them. Says, wanted to know if Kirsha heard about Caleb Hammer getting an invite to the White House.
I did not. I think someone briefly mentioned it, but they didn't post proof, so I just kind of forgot about it. That's pretty fucking cool if he's actually going to get to go. I would like to see what kind of conversation he has.
I'd like to see him sit down and just audit. Audit every. He's like, no, we can't do this. And I
know he sat down with that lady from Michigan because he's from Michigan and I forget her name. But I think that's good, and I think more politicians should do that.
You know what's amazing is, do you remember that there's a movie where in the 90s where the kid becomes president, and I think they're like dealing with like $2 billion or whatever it was debt. And he's like, well, let me take a look at it. And he goes through and he's like, take 200 million from this, blah, blah, blah. And in like an hour, they've solved the national debt, and he's cutting all these things. And it's a kid's movie.
Yeah.
That would be awesome to see. And I feel like that's kind of what Doge was.
Doge did not go far enough, much like McCarthy.
Well, I agree with the Doge. I don't know enough about the McCarthy thing, but I do know enough.
He was right.
McCarthy,
that's all you need to know.
McCarthy was the one rooting out the communists from the government.
He was right.
Ah, okay. It's funny how that was, once again, maybe that's the propaganda in me, because having not known about that, the idea of McCarthyism is seen as this negative thing that I've always been told, right? Maybe
right.
That's, okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead real quick. I want to, speaking of being right, I want to talk about the awakening that a lot of people have had over the last 5-6 years since the pandemic. And we've seen several people really kind of start speaking out and going out of turn for the first time. And Bill Maher, love him or hate him, he has the serious TDS. We get that, right? But he does bring it when it comes to like just saying, hey, look, just admit you were wrong. So this is about a 5-minute clip. We're not going to watch the whole thing. You'll get the idea of what he's going here. But this is recently on his show talking about COVID. As soon as the audio is shareable, which it's not. But you'll get the idea very, very quick. The premise is, look, we fucked up here, so let's own it.
Know exactly what was happening at the beginning of COVID, and some mistakes were inevitable. But 4 years on, I'm tired of hearing, well, we didn't know. No, we didn't. But some people guessed better than others.
Yep.
And the people who got it wrong don't seem to want to acknowledge that now. Some people said closing schools for so long was pointless and would cause much worse collateral damage to kids, and they were right.
They were.
Thank you.
Real quick, notice he says this, and like one person claps, and he actually has to acknowledge the clap, right? Because the people in his audience are like,
There's like, we can't acknowledge the wrong thing. We were
Yeah.
told that's bad.
Right,
They're scared pussies, yes.
Yes. Let's continue here.
Don't be afraid.
Yep, don't be
4
afraid.
years ago, the Daily Beast ran a story with the headline, Bill Maher pushes Steve Bannon Wuhan lab conspiracy theory, which was typical of the mainstream media at the time. Of course, it wasn't a conspiracy theory, and it wasn't owned by Steve Bannon. And now everyone, including the Biden administration, admits there's at least a 50-50 chance that the virus could have begun in the lab in Wuhan that was doing gain-of-function research on that virus. Duh.
So you get the idea, and this is not in the last little bit. This is a previous clip of his show, but Adam Carolla came in and says, "Just say sorry, I was wrong." And I'm trying to do this in the Adam Carolla. Just say sorry. I can't do an Adam Carolla voice, but you get the idea. It says, "Just say sorry, I was wrong. I had to listen to you cowards for years about me being dangerously wrong with my COVID opinions. Admit you were wrong and shut the F up next time. But you will never do that because you have no character here."
Yeah, and like when I know that you should give opportunity for people to actually admit they're wrong, but when it's like one of the talk show hosts doing it, it makes me very suspicious of like, is he just saying this to get a lot of people to be like, look, we're admitting we were wrong about something. That means now is actually the time for forgiveness. Don't think about all of the bad things that we did to you during this time. Don't think about locking up the freedom of speech and locking you guys in your homes. Don't think about that. Now it's time for forgiveness. And it's like, well, no, the simple admission that you were wrong is not enough to erase all of the wrongs that you committed during that time.
I think that's one of the things that we've seen here recently with the ICE raids. And people are like, wait, people be like, they're asking for papers. When did that happen? It's like 5 years ago when you couldn't go into a grocery store without your vaccine card. Like,
yeah.
Do you not remember that? Like, it was just not too long ago when you had to get your vaccine card to go to work and do all these things. Like
I remember seeing people out and about, like double and triple masked up, and like even to go to like my manicure place or my massage place, they didn't require any sort of vaccine card because I was in Georgia, but they were just like, you can't come in unless you're wearing at least one mask. Like it was wild.
When you see people today who have the mask on, like I
in the car alone.
Oh yeah, I honestly feel sorry for them because they've been broken so much. Well, I mean, I do because they've been broken so much. I know listen, I get it, and I have that feeling for them too, but they bought in so much. They live in fear so much that they will never have a normal life ever.
Good.
Listen, I'm with you on that. It is a, you want to single yourself out as having a mental illness, look outside and find somebody wearing a mask, right? Now, look, there are instances where some people say, well, you're sick, so you don't want to spread it, right? You got to cough into this thing instead of whatever. But I always go back to that video where I remember looking at the guy who was outside. He put on one mask, then he breathed, two masks, then he breathed. a dozen masks, and the air is still like escaping out of all these masks. And I was like, well, this seems really fucking stupid. This idea that I gotta wear a mask.
The stupidest thing was when you would go to like a restaurant or something, and they're like, well, you have to wear your mask from the door to your table, but once you're seated, you can take your mask off. And it's like, well, then what's the point of wearing it while you're walking to the table in the first? Like, we're all breathing the same air.
I'll do you one better. The Walmart counters where they had the plexiglass in front of the cash registers and nothing else anywhere else. But I got one to even top it off. I was in physical therapy. I was in a pool, and they made me wear a face mask in a fucking pool that was drenched with water. And I was like, I can't breathe. I was literally doing the George Floyd thing. I'm like, yo, you're over there. Because she was like this. She had like a relative who was very susceptible to whatever was going on, whatever. And she wanted to be safe. I'm like, okay, no, I'm dying here. We're wearing a mask with water. So
wait, I'm sorry. What? You had to swim underwater with a mask?
No,
we did a little waterboarding as a treat.
No. Okay, so I was it was one of those small pools, like a workout pool with like a treadmill underwater and stuff like that. And so I was doing a lot of like water aerobics and things like that for physical therapy. But she made me wear a face mask. I had to beg her to let me take it off because she had a problem. Like, dude, I'm in the pool. You can stand 10 feet away and we'll be fine. Yeah.
Well,
insanity, man.
I would say real fast, like to me, so the reason why I have no mercy for any of these people at zero is because I feel nothing for anyone that's not willing to question anything for fellow man. But if you're not willing to question anything for your neighbor, you can go fuck yourself and live in your spinning your insanity and in your terror and your paranoia. Good. And I hope it becomes crippling to you and your entire family. And may you never know a single day of peace in your entire life. Fuck you. So that's the problem with them is like if you're putting on 15 masks and you're not questioning even for a second of like the absurdity of it, you're not even going to raise your hand. Go fuck yourself. And that's the problem because remember, these are people that had no problem taking away your rights based off of them not even questioning something. Didn't even want to question it. Take all your rights. They wished you death. They did all those things. Now, for those who question, great. For those who are kind of in the middle of the road, fine. I'm talking about those who lived in their insanity and never took 1 foot out just to go,
those are the people
am I crazy?
The British propaganda was targeting, right? It was bad for you to question things. Those people who unquestionably went along with whatever the government told them, 10, 15 masks, whatever the fuck, that's exactly what the British propaganda was trying to cultivate more of. They need those kinds of like obedient slave class people. And one thing that will forever stand out in my mind is at the beginning of the pandemic, when it was just kind of like, oh, okay, we shut down all of our borders and stuff, like there's no flights going in and out anywhere. Maybe consider staying home for like 2 weeks, like it's 2 weeks to slow the spread or whatever. Like maybe consider staying home for 2 weeks. And I talked to a friend of mine and I was like, I have asthma, so I'm probably more susceptible to whatever this, like lung issue is. So I'm just going to stay home. Like I'll cancel my appointments. No big deal. It's 2 weeks. I don't care. And they were like, well, I'm not going to change anything I do in my life just because of a suggestion. Once the government starts demanding that we do it, I'll do it. And I was like, why? Why would you want it to get to that? Why would you need the government demanding something of you instead of just suggesting like, hey, maybe like don't do as much as usual for a couple of weeks while we figure out how bad this thing could be?
Well, we've seen this, and now I guess normies are actually starting to wake up as well. We've seen this. I'll just let this lady speak for herself.
Republicans were right about the COVID vaccination, and we need to publicly
She has a Harry
acknowledge that
Potter
and
tattoo.
apologize for gas.
Oh, you got a new BFF, Vlad. I love that's the first thing you noticed.
I saw the symbol, that's why. I was like, hey, one of us. Anyway, continue.
COVID vaccination, and we need to publicly acknowledge that and apologize for gaslighting them and calling them crazy. I will never be so politically aligned to anything that I can't see a universal truth or a fact that's in my face. I will never be loyal to something that makes me vilify the person who's telling the truth or make me be disloyal to my own fucking integrity. Like, grow up. That shot ruined my life. My job made me get it, and I had gone 2 years through the peak of COVID without ever catching it. I was a bartender washing everyone's dirty glasses. Dude, I got vaccinated and I got COVID 6 times. Sorry. I don't have an immune system anymore. If you sneeze around me, my week is ruined. I get sharp stabbing pains in my chest that cardiologists can't explain. I'm constantly, chronically fucking sick. Like, they were right. We need to grow up and admit it. Like, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Republicans were right about the COVID vaccination.
I think we're definitely seeing that more and more, where people are like, "Yo, dude, like, yeah, we need to realize that we kind of fucked up this." And that's, hey, man, like, she's admitting it. She realized her health has literally taken a turn. And how many people have we seen? Just young people, they just died suddenly. How often have you seen that? There's an entire documentary about dying suddenly. Have you guys seen that documentary called "Died"? Oh man, it is. It's rough. It's rough. Just search "died suddenly" on X, on the news, and a lot of people just falling over, dropping dead with heart issues all of a sudden. They're perfectly healthy people.
How quirky.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works out. Back to Bill Maher, though, if I could complete the Bill Maher sandwich cookie here. He had Dana Carvey on his show recently. Dana Carvey, Garth from Wayne's World. Let's freaking go. It turns out Dana kind of based.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Celebrities, not to get too political, but they just make it worse.
Your whole career.
No, I mean with you guys. They just make it worse. Celebrities do when they speak, and they're almost always on one side of the political divide.
Yes.
And that's basically the side I vote for. You know, as I always say to my woke friends, we voted for the same person. You're just why she lost. I could gather, and I think I will, because it'll be funny, just the incredibly stupid things that celebrities say about politics or finance or something.
Yeah, we're bad.
And then, so if you're like the person out there going, well, how can you live on $100 million a year? Vote Kamala Harris. It's like, that's the game over. People are like, I can't let the country in the hands of these people. I'll vote for this guy who's crazy, but at least this kind of crazy, I can almost relate to him more.
You can't have movie stars and politicians that we know have hundreds of millions of dollars lecturing you. It's just the elitist thing that came out of all that, the Democrats.
No, this is Dana Carvey.
Okay.
Yeah, Dana Carvey, who pretty prominent, came from Saturday Night Live. At least a lot of people know him from Saturday Night Live. Played Garth in Wayne's World. But look, he's 100% right. He's 100% right. You can't. And going back to COVID, like, how many times did you see people, these celebrities, at the black and white filter let you know what a bad person you're being because you weren't wearing a mask, or hey, get the shot, and we're just gonna move past it all. I have a theory about bringing it back to Adam Sandler here, Kirsha.
As we always do, yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
I think that Adam Sandler, you saw Dana Carvey and you saw David Spade there. I think that all of the Adam Sandler crew is incredibly based. They just don't talk about it. I think that him... just go down that list of all those guys.
Well, it's kind of like a black mark, right? Like, if you come out as like conservative or Christian in Hollywood, like, you have a bunch of people up your ass all of a sudden. It even happened to what's his face from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which guy? Oh, Chris Pratt.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
I have a feeling that the Sandler crew, I don't know for a fact, but I have a feeling they're more of the idea of like, be entertaining, stupid. I think it's more like, entertain. We're going through trying times, make comedies, do this and that. And I think they're just trying to stay out of the politics. I think it's more of that than less than scared of being blacklisted. Rob Schneider is the one that's going out, of that crew. He's the one that's kind of going out of his way for that.
Yeah, and Rob Schneider's been very, very vocal since COVID. My brother, who sings all sorts of anti-establishment, anti-government songs. That's literally my brother's profession, has been the last 5, 6, 7 years since COVID and before. He's met Rob Schneider at multiple events. I mean,
Schneider was having a mini melty on Twitter the other day over people like posting his clips stealing his livelihood.
Right. There is that. Yeah, those comics, they are very protective of their work. Maybe he should start copyright infringing people. That'd be great.
I would say also, just real fast, that I'm hoping that the other side does learn to be a little humble and maybe apologize for their very own sake, because if no one, if there isn't a rally cry behind, hey, what's going on, then no one's going to be doing the research to hopefully help these people get better from the things that they may have gotten from the medical treatment.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's that may be the best thing that you could possibly do, is just own up to it and then provide the treatment that they need. I'm with you on that, Phoenix, for sure. Anyways, it's interesting to see how this has gone, and if in 5 years from now, 10 years from now, people will look back and be like, that was some of the biggest medical malpractice that we've ever seen in history. And
that and the transgender children.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to look back on this, and man, we're going to look back at this time period, and it's going to be very, very
It's also kind of shocking with how many times in the past it's come out that the government purposefully medically experimented on parts of the population, and like still there were tons of people who didn't question, why are we being forced into taking the COVID shot? Like, the more things that came out trying to convince people to take it, the more like negative feelings I had towards it. Right? Like, it was already negative when the government was like, you should be taking this. I was like, I don't know about that, Mr. Government Man. I'm from the government and I'm here to help, is a terrifying line. So like, when you tell me that like it's good for me, that makes me question it in the first place. But like, all the celebrities that came out and saying stuff, all of the like workplaces that started firing people for not taking it, all of that made me be like, you know what? If you want to get it, you can get it. I'm a cartoon fox, not a doctor, but I'm not going to take it. And I don't think there's anything that can convince me to do so.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I had, once again, going back to coaching the kids' soccer team, that was during COVID. And I remember one of the parents was like, well, my daughter wants to get it. And I was like, but you're her fucking parent.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, there's so many parents that are just like, well, my child wants this. And it's like, well, that doesn't matter. You're the parent, right?
Right. So anyways, crazy time. It will continue. We'll continue to look back on that time with the most important thing, we can't let that happen again. Can't let it happen again. It won't ever happen again. And I'm with you on that, Phoenix. Just no surrender when it comes to these folks. You know? All right, real quick, I want to point out that Marmalin came in with the amazing Bitcoin, $55 US a Bitcoin. That is the equivalent of $54.11 right there. Our new direct donation, Marmalin. Thank you so much for your Rumble wallet tip right there with the Bitcoin. Thank you very much, Marmalin. We'll get you up on that wall, man. Let's stink and go. And while I get him on the wall, Blaz, why don't you read off the rest of these super supports?
Okie dokies. It's the guy says, for the Kirsche frolicking with an American flag font. Thank you very much. For the blobs in a bunny suit frolicking with an Olive Garden or an Italy or whatever flag font. Everybody gets a flag.
Hey,
for the Rev frolicking with a Darling Strop flag that has a Rev says I love my wife fund on it. That's great. I think that's it for the funds for that one. All right. Sunderstiller for 10 says, Crowder had this right. If you see someone in the car with a mask on, that is your enemy. They most likely hate you and everything you stand for. They're completely unreachable at this point. Thank you very much.
Yeah, not wrong.
Peasant for 10 says, I can't trust people who now say they were wrong about Lung Pao Sicken because they were 5 years ago demanding my rights be revoked, and worst of all, for being skeptical, no trust or forgiveness. That's fair.
Lung Pao, that's really fucking funny.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that before.
Bunley Guy for 10 says, back in 2021, my wife and I went to Colorado for our anniversary. I'm not lying to you that we were made to wear masks for an outdoor tour of Denver, and we had to wear a mask for a Rockies game.
Just the things that they made people do was so absurd.
Yeah. Otherwise, you couldn't do it. Hey, if you do it, if you don't do this, you can't go to your job. If you don't do this, you can't. Like, oh, fuck.
And imagine the kids with no prom and all that stuff. Like, these life moments were taken from them. That is not going to be good later on.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I remember. So my youngest was in kindergarten at the time, and she was just starting kindergarten. And I remember they're like, we're going to do the virtual school thing. And I was sitting there looking at my daughter as she's staring at the computer doing virtual learning. And there's 20 other kids staring at the screen, and I'm thinking, like, what the fuck are they possibly thinking, and how are they learning anything? This is kindergarten. Your job is to go to school and play with other kids and learn that that's a triangle. How are you going to learn that over a fucking Zoom call? It was so asinine. So that was like, man, talk about like a red pill moment for me. Like there have been several times in my life where I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Maybe I shouldn't trust the government. I always say the food pyramid in the 80s, that was like my first one, right? Where you go like, oh, why are we told to eat all this bread? And like to this day, I'm having a hard time rewiring my thinking because of that.
Crazy. I am being bombarded with messages, so I think I need to leave early. There's something I need to take care of.
Yes, by all means.
I apologize.
No,
I apologize. Thank you guys. I love being here on Thursdays as usual. I thank you guys for hanging out in the audience watching. I have merch coming soon. Small plug. Kirsha.com. Kirsha.com. Make sure to get some signups.
Sounds
good.
Hey,
you guys. I hope you have a good rest of your show reading the Supas.
Love you, Fox Lady. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. All right. Hey, got it. Totally understand. While I say that, hey, Little Dutch, real quick, give it up for DB Wild coming in. Check this out, guys. No. Pull that.
Oh.
Look at this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. Amazing stuff.
Family.
Little Dutch came in, says, forget the Mac. By the way, the $55. That is that's
euros.
Yes.
Proper.
Sorry. Go ahead, Blaz. Why don't you read that off while I put Little Dutch on the wall?
Little Dutch for 55 euros says, forgetting the vaccine for a moment, is it just me or does the regular flu hit harder since the COVID quarantines? No, it's not just you. I have been sick for almost 2 months now, of which a few weeks completely bedridden. COVID flu was nothing compared to this. Yeah, there's something out there. Where everyone's just extremely weak immune systems.
I got hit last week, man. Last week, and now I generally don't get sick. So when I get sick, I get like punched in the fucking face. And that's what happened last Thursday. And yeah, I got hit really fucking hard. And, but I was able to recover pretty quick. So anyways, yeah.
Art School Dropout for 10 says, I have no evidence to back my feelings on this, but I can't help question if the poke caused my mom's cancer to come back after 12 years of remission. She passed 2 years ago next month.
What are you
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's rough.
Evan for 10 says, the worst part is I and several people I know were essentially emotionally blackmailed into taking it by family. I got it just to keep my mother from driving herself to another aneurysm from panic. Jesus Christ.
Oof.
And Art School Dropout for 10 says, I never took the poke myself, but I did encourage her because I trusted that her doctors knew best at the time. Well, that's really not on you. If that's what you're feeling, it's not on you. And we're all caught up.
Oh, real quick about the Don Lemon thing. Real fast. Like, you want to talk about a protected class. You have CBS News tweeting this out right now. I think you're right, Phoenix. This is going to turn on Lemon. People are going to be pissed that the rules for thee but not for me when it comes to Don Lemon in a situation like this. If he doesn't get charged with something, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm really hoping that the other folks get like insanely long terms and that he gets nothing. Oh, it'll be a masterclass of a reaction. It's going to be great.
Right. We have this from Orthodox Monk says the OSR Winter Summit is coming this Sunday, so it'll be nice to see what's in store for the classic MMO this year. Seeing Blabs play, that could be fun. She'll be out there buying GF.
I'm buying a girlfriend?
Not the first time this week she's done that. It's crazy. What, Blabs? You were just talking about the other day about how you bought.
That was a secret between us, Craig. What the fuck?
My bad. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Jesus.
Where's the pivot when you need it?
Ross. Pivot. Anyway.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay. God, I feel like there's something I need to tell everybody. Oh, that's right.
Gaming history.
That's right. Oh shit, we do need to do gaming history.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today in gaming history with Vlad.
Yeah, do it. Step on me, mommy. I hate Phoenix sometimes. I really do.
Rock hard. That's a hot tamale.
Hey, real quick. This is what I needed to tell everybody. Remember this guy?
Oh yeah?
The Reddit mod?
Oh no. Yeah.
I have been in contact with him. He has been invited on the show.
Okay.
And we have tentatively scheduled for tomorrow.
Oh my God.
For him to come on the show and join us.
The one going to come actually.
What's that?
I think Phoenix is the one who's going to come, actually. Just from
Very
what I know.
excited. Once again, we're still waiting on the official
Maybe.
yes.
Maybe.
But we have a strong maybe. He has said he wants to be on the show. I hope it's tomorrow. So we'll have him on for like 30 minutes because I just got to ask, like, what's going on with this guy?
I apologize about the Russian roulette comment. I take that back. I apologize. Please come on the show.
Don't apologize. Don't ever apologize. All right, Blaz, what do we got here for January 22nd?
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, okay. Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball was released in 2003. We have Mario and Luigi Paper Jam releasing back in 2016. And then Tokyo Extreme Racer is only 1 year old today. Ta-da! Look what Phoenix brought for show and tell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good for
yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah,
Phoenix.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Good
you.
for
It's a goodie.
you.
The
All right,
VR
so-
one's even better, though, by the way. Have you ever played the VR one?
What, do you try like
No.
motorboating or something?
Try. Oh, I succeeded, Toots. I succeeded. Exactly. Yep.
I just did it with this VR barking for some reason.
Barking and biting, yes.
That's wonderful. All right. Some noticeable games that you missed today, Blaz. Once again, still learning way too much about Phoenix on a day-to-day
You're welcome.
basis. That's good. We have Phantom Brave released for the PS2 2004 and 22 years ago, right there. Burnout Paradise.
No.
released-
Hotel Dusk, Room 215, a hidden gem. Everyone go and get this little banger of a game. If you like adventure games, it's actually pretty good. Really kind of a fun little murder mystery kind of thing. A lot of fun on the old DS. Thank you.
I love that you just happen to have that.
Just
laying
happened.
around. That's wonderful. Thank you, Phoenix, for that. Also, some games that you missed today. I mentioned Burnout Paradise. Oh, and No More Heroes for the Wii.
Boom.
That's a big one, Blabs.
That's a biggie.
That's a big one right there. Where you can Blabs, don't me.
I just did, homie G.
Blabs, this is a game where you could save your game by sitting on the toilet.
Starting to feel bad you didn't put it on the list now, huh?
Yep.
Not really. You just pick
And you have a
now.
lightsaber. You have a lightsaber.
Yep, you do. That's the idea here. Check it out, Blabs. Here's No More Heroes. You just go sit on the potty.
Isn't there a song like sitting on the toilet?
So you just
Sitting on the
sit
toilet?
down on the toilet. Very much Johnny Knoxville-ish. Travis
Very much so.
Touchdown. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Just hanging out there. All right. One Piece, Ultimate Adventure for the Wii, right there. Oh, Nino Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch for the PlayStation 3. I know a lot of people like that one.
Racist.
Is it okay? What color witch you want it to be?
Oh, pink.
Okay, thank you.
The Cave.
The Cave, released for
Banger.
PlayStation 3. Wii U.
Incredible game.
That's right. Claire, Stranger of Sword City, Tales of Vysteria, The Legend of Legacy. I've never heard of that one before.
The
But,
Legend of Legacy. Just like redundant, okay?
very weird. All right.
The Legend of Legacy of Epic.
Hong Kong Massacre. This is exactly what Blabs' Weekend's nickname is. Oh, God.
What?
Just think about it a little bit, Blabs, and your love for Asian men. Mortal Glory 2 for the PC.
I'm so confused.
God, that'd be a great porno name. Hong Kong Massacre. Oh my gosh, there you go. And that is today in gaming history, friends. for
I thought you did
everybody.
good. I actually think I actually can stand by that list. I think you did good.
That's right.
Okay. Hey, we did have the fund for the Kirsha flag run. Hey, give it up for DB once again. DB Wild on
Always coming
fucking
in.
fire today.
Oh, yeah.
Check this one out. And we've had a lot of sports. Let's just run this. Look at her go. Look at her go. Wow. I haven't seen this. I haven't watched this yet. That is very impressive. The jiggles are intense. What'd you think of that, Blabs?
Wait, there was a flag?
I feel like we need to have that forever. That's a standard here.
I thought those grass physics were really great, guys. Really great work on the grass physics. Yeah.
Give it up for America right there. Thank you for
That's
that,
right.
DB Wild. It's a shame we couldn't share that when Kirsha was here, but next time. It's good. All right, man, oh man, let's go. We have this from Drag says, if it was a abortion clinic, they would be screaming for his head. Oh, with Don Lemon? Yeah, for sure. Fluffy Pro says, I think Blabs is going to be sick tomorrow if this guy comes on.
I mean, I'll be sick if I see him too. I mean,
She doesn't mean that. Please come on the show.
DB Wild says, before y'all bounce, Craig, check your X chat so we can provide to whoever wanted that certain waifu waving the flag during the frolic. I try to do what I can. Yes, DB Wild, what a stud he is. All right. Thank you, guys. That's outstanding. Great support today, whether you're watching over on YouTube, Rumble, Kick. No one on Twitch, but we're glad you guys are here, Twitchers. And of course, over on Side Scrollers Plus. Hey, speaking of Plus, try it out. That's all we're asking. Make a free account over there. If you want to come in and give it a go, you can. It is free to make an account over on Side Scrollers Plus. Just go there. If you already have a Rumble account, you can link it right up. It's super easy peasy. We have over 5,000 folks just hanging out over there on a day-to-day basis. Our goal, quite simply, is to become the top gaming group over on Locals, which is the platform that we use. So join us over there. Make a free account. If you'd like to support, you can. You could try it out for free. Use promo code MOUNT, M-O-U-N-T, to get a free month to try it off. $10 a month. It's a great way to do. Support the channel. Actually, the best way to support the channel. And one of the most wild chats on the internet. I would say the most wild chat on the internet. If you like what you saw from the Kirsha flag right there, you're probably going to enjoy what's going on in the Side Scrollers Plus chat. Right, Blabs?
Obviously.
Yes. Yeah, that was incredibly tame compared.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, sometimes I have to like filter the messages so I'm not constantly staring at bibs and stuff. Yeah.
Enrique says, Craig, put tomorrow's show on a 5 to 8 seconds delay just in case he says he has the power to promote and cancel streamers. Okay, noted. Thank you. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And Daniel says, Foxu running for the Olympics. Yeah, well, Oliver was running in the Olympics right there. All of her. All right. Time to roll out, guys. We invite you guys to join us over on Plus. What a great show today. Tomorrow, we are joined by...
Meggy Moo and Vara.
Vara, Dark, and Maggie Moo. It's going to be a great show. Lightness and Dark joining us on the same Friday every couple of weeks, which is outstanding. So join us then. We hopefully you guys pop in and join us tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Time, as we continue to grow the show every single day. I want you guys to have a great rest of your day. Get outside, touch some grass. We will see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. But until then, remember, shenanigans. Hold on. Lieutenant Siver says, former He-Man and Thundercats fan. Not going to see the slop. Have to remember, the point of the remakes isn't to be profitable. It's to destroy for old kids. Maoism with America characteristics. Gotta have the glorious race and sex Marxist revolution. Thank you, Siver. I'm sorry, I just butchered that. And I'm sorry I butchered the outro. But remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Fatality.
Good one, Phoenix.